called the Persian Empire. I'm saying.
Actually, the Persian only had 2 empires, so.
That guy
Called the Persian Empire.
Yeah, exactly. They had also called
it wasn't the Tajik Empire that controlled everything.
What about the Parthians? What about the Kushans?
No, it was the Persian. You see how it has the name Persian? It wasn't the Great Uzbek. It wasn't the Great Uzbek fucking empire.
No,
it was the Persian Empire.
Persia is the name.
Yeah, it's a made-up thing. Yeah, we know, just like you are.
Persia is
you guys are the
name.
Mexicans of the Iranic people.
Wait, shut up for 1 second.
He just gets like,
yeah, he's just like you have waspy white at top, then Mexicans, then blacks. You're the blacks.
Shut up for a second. Persia was the name that the West gave to Iran, but we always called it Iran. We never called it Persia.
Did you call it Tajik Empire?
They called us Persia.
It's called the Tajik Empire?
No. Called us Persia.
Well, it was called the Persian Empire.
The thing
it was the Persian.
Okay.
Yeah, but that word in English is the Persian Empire.
Yeah, for you.
It was never called the Tajik Empire.
Not for us. Well, you made a mistake, not us.
Yeah. Can you mute him? Can you mute him?
I don't remember the story of Esther marrying the Tajik Emperor.
Go ahead, Cena. Go ahead.
I remember her marrying the Persian Emperor.
So, Rita, the reason you don't know a lot about the Tajiks is because the Tajik was just like had just like a lot of meanings, okay, and right now it is referred to somebody who is Iranic and who speaks Persian and live in the east, in the Central Asia and the east, like Iran, the region so-called Iran. And our old names, if you like read history, if you read books, we were named Parthians, Sogdians, Bactrians. We were the guys who burned Athena, okay, to the ground.
That wasn't my question. My question was,
okay,
is there Tajik people and then there's a Persian people?
10,000 immortals, every single one of them was from fucking Sogdiana.
Oh, God.
We burned Athena to the
ground, bro.
Immortal
you guys just remember the Persians got beat by the 300. They even made a movie.
That's just in the movie.
No, it's in history.
We burned Athena, bro. We burned Athena literally, okay? So 10,000 immortals.
You mean Athens when they were already a shithole at that time?
Wait a minute.
Athens was already on a decline and falling apart when you guys attacked them.
Hell no.
Yeah, they were. They were literally like on the verge of like doing the same thing that they did to fucking Caesar. Like their whole country was falling apart, and you guys came in and shit kicked them while they were already down. Okay. Like you don't remember that part? Their entire economy was falling apart. They were like having inner strife and stuff, and you guys came in and kicked them on the ground.
In our
we beat them up while they were on the ground.
The population of Earth was part of our empire. 40%.
Yeah, you beat the Athenians while they were like down. That's all that happened.
It
you guys pick somebody down.
A country with the size of.
Imagine somebody's having like, check this out. Imagine somebody's having like a kidney stone or like their appendix is rupturing and they're laying on the ground screaming and writhing in pain, and then some dude comes by and starts kicking them in the face and says, I won.
Where are you from?
U.S. I'm the greatest people on earth. No, I'm the greatest people on earth. I'm an Ashkenazi Jew. I run the world. We're the ones over there currently kicking the shit out of the Iranians. Oh, I'm not religiously Jewish, but I'm part of the Jewish clique.
Rich, you're really
ethnically Jewish.
Like, you're so full of shit. It's so annoying. Like, you destroy everything. Like, every single unity.
Cena's boring.
We work really hard to form a... Shut up for a second. We work really hard to form a unity, and then Rich comes and he fucks everything up. Either it's going to be that he says
I don't give a fuck about what he's saying.
About the Prophet Muhammad, and then, or he's going to say shit about Iranians, or it's going to be about Somalis, or it's going to be, and then when I'm a moderator in the room, everyone hates me, and I'm not even the one saying that shit. It's Rich or it's someone else saying that shit, and I'm just here like, and everyone hates me. So, Rich, you're really annoying, honestly.
Yeah.
I was away. What happened?
No, I'm just saying every time we we form a unity. We try to form a unity. We have these Arabs from the United Arab Emirates and Saudi and stuff coming here, supporting our movement, the Free Iran movement, and the pro-Israel. And then you have people like Rich. They just destroy every single form of unity. It's really annoying.
They don't destroy it, but it's up to you how you respond to it. Remember, you don't control what they say.
Why did you?
You're Mexican.
Of course I'm Mexican, but all Rich does is he's a heretic.
Do you know?
He likes
Do you
to
know what
shit.
Mexicans Olympic team is so?
Well, say what again?
Can I
Do you know what Mexicans?
I didn't hear you. I'm
team
sorry.
is so
I don't
weird?
speak English.
Do you know what Mexicans?
I don't speak your English.
Fucking retard.
Yes, Mexicans, we're fucking retards, but you keep coming to my country. You want our gold, you want our chocolate, you want our weed, you want our cocaine. You do have a bad problem.
Jason, what were you saying? Can you?
Because Glow's my puppy.
You want a puppy? I'm not gay, bro. That sounds
say
like
you were my
you need
puppy.
to find somewhere.
I said Masa and Glow are my puppies.
Rich, shut up for a second. Jason, you were saying something.
Rafi is my
son.
son.
You were saying about reaction.
You never control what other people say, but you control your responses to what people say, what you respond to, right? So you can be like, hey, Rich, you can fuck off at night. And you think that he's going to give a shit? No. You think he's going to keep talking his shit? See, I like Rich for two reasons. One, he claims to be an autistic, but his pattern recognition doesn't talk like an autistic. He's more like ADHD retarded. So he knows lots of little things about lots of little places, but he has no reference of profession.
I have Asperger's.
His parents are probably lawyers, and they probably
I
can't
have
him too much.
ODD,
And so now he goes and claims that he's a Texan, and then it's like he's got a bad hemorrhoid in his mouth all the time. So yeah.
So I have autism. I have autism spectrum disorder, specifically high functioning Asperger's, which is no longer the DSM-5. I have ADHD.
Right. So
I have ODD. I have ODD, which is oppositional defiant disorder.
Just like you told me last night that your kid is diagnosed with Asperger's, the only way you get that diagnosis is if you get it from an international doctor. That's what you said last night. So shut your lying trap. I don't care.
Why don't you keep his kids out of your conversation?
Keep my kids out of your mouth. Yeah, thank you.
That's right. What do you want to do about it, Rich? You're in Texas.
Oh, let me, hold on. Robbie, so I'm on headphones, right?
Hey, Rich likes to stir it up. It's okay, Robbie. Rich likes to stir up shit, and he can't take it because he likes to light people up just for the fuck of lighting them up.
Yeah, but he's not lighting up anybody's children in conversation.
Exactly.
Oh, but he did last night, though. See,
I said my son has Asperger's, which is high functioning autism, which I still use the terminology.
The rest of the part.
I still use the terminology, even though they only diagnose for autism spectrum disorder, because I do not like the ideal. I do not like the ideal that they categorize high-functioning people today with low-functioning people.
The problem with autism is they
and rock back and forwards that are non-verbal, that have to have caretakers for the rest of their life till they're 90, till they die. I don't like being in the same freaking group with a person that rocks back and forwards and goes, when somebody slams
hey, I know I have autism. It's not something I can change.
All right, let's ask.
My kid's autistic.
Hold on, Jason.
That's nothing I can change.
Hold on,
Jason. Hold on.
Because I said that my son has Asperger's, high functioning.
That's why I like
because I don't want to associate my son, who has full entire confidence, with a kid who rocks back and forwards and grunts like a fucking chimpanzee or a bonobo.
You can be my monkey
you have beautiful children, Rich. You got beautiful children that are gonna take over the world.
All right, I'm gonna walk in the other room. Hold on just a second.
Yeah, you go right ahead and do that.
All right, Ellie, I have a question. Hold on, Ellie. Does Richie have autism?
Yes.
Does Daddy have autism?
Yes.
Does Grandpa have autism?
Yes.
There you go. So Grandpa has autism.
So now you coach
Richie has autism, and I have autism.
All right.
Are we annoying autistic people?
Yes.
No.
She said yes.
Ellie.
She said yes.
Ellie.
Yeah.
Does your mommy have autism?
No.
Does your grandma have autism?
No.
Do you have autism?
No.
So how come only the men have autism? What's going
Because
on?
it's more prevalent.
Is your name Ellie? Is your name Ellie? Ellie, how come only the boys have autism? What's going on?
God bless you, Ellie.
God bless you.
Right. Is it the
Mother
Robbie
is
that
really
blocked?
annoying.
Thank you. God bless you too.
That's
God
so
bless
cute.
everybody.
Oh, that is just the
Just
best.
slap Daddy in the face for me, thank you.
Yeah.
I agree. I
Stick your daddy in the nuts for me, please.
No, don't listen to him.
Want to
He's
slap
not getting any.
No.
Daddy in the nuts.
That's a
Feel
giant.
He's on the naughty list. Don't listen to him. He's on the naughty list.
Yes, I love Daddy.
As
Thank
you
you.
should. As you, he's a good dad.
Yeah.
Which do you like better, making number 1 or number 2?
He said he like peeing or pooping better. That's weird for like a 60-year-old autistic homosexual man to ask you, right?
I'm not autistic.
Oh, okay. So he is homosexual. But I guess he gets a pass. I guess he gets a pass to ask that to a young little girl.
Yeah, that's low key. I'll get to that. That's not cool.
I just get it, so he gets a
You
pass.
brought her into the room, okay,
Well,
bro?
Robbie, that's- I'm on
Yeah,
headphones.
you do
I'm on
answer.
I'm on headphones. She can't hear me, firstly, or she can't hear you. But yeah, just remember what I said, Robbie. Not all pedophiles are homosexuals, but all homosexuals are pedophiles.
Well, you know, like I said, bro, they do that.
Every gay person is a pedophile.
They fuck with any of the kids. We gonna make them into
Actually,
bro.
I like Rich. It's cool.
Yeah, it was just amazing. Harry finally came back and stopped being a traitorous little whiny bitch. Oh my god.
Well, you seem, Rich, you seem like you've raised a beautiful daughter.
Oh yeah, all three of my kids are amazing. Like when I was sitting there yesterday in the drive-through at the gas station, I usually get like a half water, half lemonade for the drive-through gas station, and I could hear the kids in front, and they were screaming, and the mom was screaming at them, and I'm thinking to myself when they pulled away, I'm like, who the hell raises kids like that? Like my daughter's sitting here right now, just like drawing in her book and coloring. You know, my other two kids when they're in the car, they may be loud and rambunctious, but they're never like just unruly. And when we go places, we sit down, and they sit down like little soldiers, and they just sit there and be quiet the whole time, as they're supposed to do.
That's awesome. That's great parenting.
Oh yeah, dude, they're awesome. I describe my parenting as the same way I would train like a law enforcement or military Belgian Malinois.
That's
So
silly.
I used to use like treats and stuff like that. I would throw something across the room and I'd be like, hey, go get that. Bring it back to daddy. Yeah, good job. And then I rub them on head. And then I would like do treats. I'd be like, hey, do you want Cheerios? And then I would like teach them to do something, give them all the treats. And eventually you just remove the treat and then you just tell them to do it and they do it. But yeah, my kids are like extremely well behaved. And both my wife and I.
They sound
Yeah.
like angels, bro.
Oh yeah, they're amazing.
I was a demon child, so.
Oh yeah, so was I. My oldest son, the one that has autism, he can be pretty unruly at times. He gets overstimulated.
Some of our most brilliant minds in medicine and science were autistic, dude. I know you know that. So,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I just hate that they removed the Asperger from DSM-5 because I think I said this the other day, but Asperger worked in Austria. He was researched as a spectrum disorder. And they actually coined it after high functioning autism because he was high functioning. But because he worked during World War II and he was in Austria, he, by association, worked for the Nazi Party, for the Third Reich. And since he worked for the Nazis, these third-wave feminist liberals found out that he worked for the Nazis because he was being paid by them, but he was just a researcher. He was receiving funding as a researcher to continue his research. And they used that against him. Also, they used the idea that Asperger's denotes high functioning, meaning to function, the ability to function within society without caretakers. So if you ever see like an autistic kid and he's 40 years old and his mom's 60 years old and she's taking him out to lunch and she's telling him to like pick up his napkin and like, instructing him to do stuff and she's living with him or he's living with her. so for the rest of their life until eventually he gets old enough and he has to go into an assisted living home when the mom or dad dies. And that's low functioning. You know, they can't like have a job and a wife and a kids and drive a car and join the military, you know, all that kind of stuff. But it just pisses me off they removed it from the DSM-5. So everybody has to be in the same camp with a bunch of kids that are rocking back and forwards.
Oh, so they're not differentiating the level of
it's all
functionality.
Well, they do, but they put it all under one umbrella called autism spectrum disorder, which was still under that. But people that were high functioning and could function on their own and have like a wife and kids and, you know, live a regular life and shit, didn't have to have like, you know, nurses and aides wiping their butt every day and feed them. They were called high functioning Asperger's when they removed it.
They moved it in 1994.
Yeah, it's bullcrap.
What do they call them now?
Autism spectrum disorder.
No, they also like to confuse you autism with a high level of AD or ADD.
Yeah.
Some have ADHD, but it's mostly ADD, and it's not even a disorder. It's just a processor that they function well at. They work on patterns. They highly articulate every single thing. They hear everything you say. They can be excellent in mathematics, mechanical. They can be surgeons. They can be lawyers. They can do a lot more things. Most of them design your video games that you play or apps. They know how to read code faster than the average person.
Yeah, you're right about that. That's a very good point, Jason. That's a very good point. You're right about that. You're right about that 100%.
And it's harder to diagnose children until they reach the age of 9, because the test is about 3 to 6 months of testing. They'll diagnose you autistic, but they won't diagnose you with the specific function of your autism and the level of it is. And then you have to ask for a specific specialist so that you can find out where your kid places, so that when you get an IEP or you get into the school program, they can't place them most of the time. They don't have enough special education teachers who are trained in this. So what happens is most parents homeschool their kids up until the 5th or 6th grade, and then they can start blending in.
Yeah, I got lucky. My kids are, my oldest son's in EEF, Early Education Fundamentals, so speech pathologist, behavioralists. They have like nurses, aides, all that kind of stuff. And,
what school district? Are you going private or are you going to, are they going public? Okay, well, you're in Texas, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're in Austin, was it, or Dallas?
No, Lubbock. I'm in Lubbock.
Lubbock. Oh, okay. So
yeah.
So my son up there.
Okay, so my son was 20 months old. He's a little over a year and a half. He only knew 3 words: Mama, Dada, and Baba. Mini bottle. And I bought ABC flashcards. We had already previously bought like 9 of these laminated board things that go on the wall, and they were in the middle of the living room. My wife would sit there and teach my daughter like ABCs, 1 through 100, 23, 2 and 3 dimensional shapes, all the colors, all the days of the week, the months, everything like that. All the different weather patterns and stuff like that. You know, like sunny, cloudy, shady, all that stuff, rainy, and so she had been already teaching her for a couple weeks, and my son would sit over in the corner and play with his toys, and he was kind of nonverbal. Like, he only, like I said, 3 words, and most of the time grunt, or he would, like, super whisper, where you couldn't make out what he was saying. And so then I finally bought some ABC flashcards. He was 20 months old. I brought him in the other room. I laid him down on the bed, and I was like, look, this is an A, and this is a B, and he started screaming and crap melting down. And I just got frustrated, and I set the cards down. My daughter picks them up, throws them astern all over the room. My son goes there and picks up the first one, and all he wanted was the cards. And I'm like, no, it's not playtime. We're going to learn this, you know? So he picks up the first card, and he goes, A, apple, B, baby, C, cat, D, dog. It just rattles all of them off.
So the whole time while you were practicing with your daughter, he was learning.
So we go into the other room. He rattled off all the ABCs and all the characters. Then he gets 1 through 19. He rattles them off. And I said, Richie, this is 20. Then he rattles 21 through 29. Then I said, this is 30. And he did 31 through 39. Got all the way through the 1 through 100. I brought him over to the 23, 2 and 3 dimensional shapes. He rattled them all off. Octagon, octagon, decagon, semicircle, sphere, Rubik's, all this stuff. And I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, I first asked my wife, I was like, when did you teach him ABCs? And she's like, I swear to you, I didn't teach him ABCs. I knew you wanted to teach him. And I was like, how's he know ABCs? Like, none of us. I mean, my dad and I have autism spectrum disorder. My dad has 134 IQ. My brother has 160. I have 141. You know, my aunt is 136, cousin's 138, my grandfather was 139. There's 6 members of Mensa in my family. Nobody knew all this shit at 20 months old. And so I sit down and I was like, how the hell does he know this? And we had always thought there was a little something off about him. Like, he was the only 3 of my kids that when they brought him, when he first came out, like literally newborn, they set him in the bassinet thing, swaddled, and my other kids would just kind of like stare off into nothing. And he would sit there, a nurse would walk into the doctor, and he would look at them, and he would track them all the way across the room. And you'd watch his eyes. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then we were sitting there at the park, and he was probably like a year and a half, and he was leaning against like a post with his hand, and he was watching the people playing disc golf, and he was like tracking them with his eyes, which I thought was a little odd, because the other two, or my other kid was just running around chasing butterflies and shit, you know, and having fun. And so then I finally did all the stuff. Then we get him tested, and he was 2.5, and they said, well, we can't test him until he's 3, but yes, he is. Then once he turned 3, they like gave him a diagnosis and stuff, and they said he has extremely high functioning, almost borderlining on neurotypical. And but they still classified him as autistic. And but at this time, he still barely ever spoke. Very aggressive, very frustrated, gets upset when he doesn't get his way because he wants to do it himself. And then also when it comes to school, when they place him in school 3 years old through the EEF program, they put him in there, and they would sit down and they'd say, Richie, this is 1 + 1 = 2. And then they also think that he has, which is what my dad and my oldest brother have, is an eidetic memory, which is like beyond a photographic memory. Like they
I know about it.
My daughter sitting here at 8 years old can remember shit when she was like 3 years old vividly. Like everything. Like I'm like, hey, do you remember? Or I'm like, I won't even say remember. I'm like, did you know that we did this such and such? And she'll just start rattling off the rest of the stuff that we did that day.
I'm like that too.
So,
yeah, I'm like that too.
Mine ended up. What?
No, I'm just saying we were having actually a family dinner about like 2 weeks ago. We're sitting for Shabbat dinner, and then for some reason we got into a conversation from like back home when I was like fucking 3 years old, 4 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm 37 today, and they were talking how
when I'm like 4 or 5.
So I'm saying, yeah, so they're like, they were talking about like the apartment we had and stuff. I'm like, oh, I remember it was our great grandmother lived in that room that goes into the balcony. They're like, how the fuck do you remember this guy? I remember her bed was to the right. I remember my daycare was to the left. My dad's business was to the right. I would always stare out of the fence looking at their business, so they pulled me out of daycare. They were all surprised that I remembered all these details from like such a young age.
So when I lived down in northern Kentucky, we used to live right next to a gas station. It was a little convenience store. It was the only convenience store in our town. And I remember walking with my brother and I'm probably like 6, 5, about 5. And my brother was probably like 3.5, 4. And we would walk next door and we'd go over and get, because it was a little small town, like 380 people. You know, kind of in the middle of nowhere. But we walked to this little convenience store, and we'd go get the Coca-Colas, and we would slip them out of the thing, and we would hold them at angles, because at the time, if you remove the cap, it would say you get a free soda, and you could redeem it right there with the cashier. So you give him the cap, and he gets reimbursed by sending it into Coca-Cola. So we would sit there, and we would tilt the Cokes a little bit at an angle, and we would look up there, and we would just look for the letter F, and we knew that that meant free, 16-ounce Coke or 20-ounce Coke, whatever. So we would figure it out. And we would buy one soda, bring it up there, take the cap off, and go, oh, we won. And the guy's like, okay. So we go get a second one, and we would do the same thing, and we were like, oh, we won. And we would get like 6 sodas. And then finally, after like a couple days or a week, the guy that owns the place is like, hey, man, he's like, I have to send these in, and they have to reimburse me. He's like, can you guys just do like 2 or 3 a day? And I was like, okay. But I still remember that. We were like 5 or 6. And, yeah, with my son, I ended up... I was sitting there and I was driving down the road and I bought him a Happy Meal. And he has this little cup, and I taught him how to open up the 6-piece Happy Meal, and you slip the straw up between the top and then bottom lid. I don't know if anybody knows that. But it actually, you could set the chicken nuggets up on top, then you put your barbecue sauce on the other side, and it becomes like a one-handed chicken nugget and soda holder. And with a little McDonald's box. But I was doing that, and then he took the chicken nuggets off, and he was reading the top lid, and he said, Daddy, look, he says, time to sip away. And that's what it says near where the Charlotte tree is. And I said, how did you do that? And he said, I don't know, I read it. So I went to the teacher the next day, and I was like, I got a question. I was like, what did you guys start teaching them to read? And she's like, oh, we haven't got to that. That's so, like, next year. And I'm like, how's he know to read? I'm like, have you done sight words? And she's like, yeah, he's probably learned, like, 20 sight words. And I'm like, how the hell does he know how to read? And she's like, my son did the same thing. He just put all the letters together and take the sounds and puts them together and does it so fastly, does it so quick that he just reads out the words. So it says Rabbi on your name, he would be like, baby, you know, like that. But he would just use it fluidly that he looks at and says, oh, that says Rabbi, and that says Rafi, and that says Masa. And I'd be like, what the fuck? And he's like, that's glow. And I'm like, how do you know how to read, dude? You're 5. Like, he just taught himself to read, I guess.
That's awesome, bro.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's the part of being a man I haven't fulfilled yet, is to have kids, man. So that's a blessing, bro.
I just want him to hurry up and start building, like, electric cars and spaceships and rockets and shit, so he can buy me a bunch of cool shit.
You think you have a young Sheldon?
Retire early.
No, I hope like an Elon Musk. That's what I'm betting for.
You're going for an Elon Musk?
Fucking crazy smart.
Yeah, if he's an Elon Musk, you know you're buying me a house, right? You're forcing him to buy me a house.
Dude, I can't wait. I just hope I live long enough.
You will, bro. Why the fuck you say that,
I want a Bugatti Chiron Super Sport. I mean, because anybody can drop dead in a... I'm 41, but any of us could have an ischemic heart attack right now. We could be the next Lindsey Graham where aorta just rips open. Unless you're going to become like a uppity homosexual like Matthew and take very good care of yourself, including your hair and, like, you know, stuff like that, your skin.
And other homosexual activities.
Well, Matthew gets protein injections, so I think that's like good for skin.
No, I do look younger than my age, that's for sure.
I used
to hate it. I used to hate it when I was young, and especially in Japan, you get no respect the younger you are, right? No respect at all.
What, semen injections?
Nah, it's better to
that's
but I'm grateful I love you. I remember, man, talking about smart kids. There's an amazing documentary, and I was always, these people really fascinate me. There was this girl living in like a fucking trailer park, and her dad was like raping her and fucking just a horrific, like it was like a murder story. I think her and her sister ended up killing an old man or something like that. But you know, she had lived while she was like being molested by her dad. She was like flying through school. She had like a 145 IQ in like 9th grade or something like that. I'll see if I can find it somewhere. But those people really, you know, it's one thing to be a brilliant person in a regular family, but to do it when you're under a tremendous amount of stress or in like a war zone, those sorts of things, those people just blow me away that they can actually concentrate, you know?
I'm
like
walking
the ability to concentrate when your life is so stressful.
Yeah, I'm walking my dog, these kids, on these scooters and e-bikes.
Oh, they're crazy.
Yo, they're going like fucking 50, 60 clicks in like 30 zones. Like, they're going faster than cars. They're going over, like, they're passing cars.
Their brain's gonna be fucking smart.
Bro, my brother just broke his shoulder and had to get an implant put in, a titanium implant put in from one of those fucking scooters. And he still can't, and he's out of the hospital for like 2 weeks now, and he still can't put his arm all the way up. It's gonna take time. Rehab and everything. Those things are death traps, bro.
So my brother bought both kids, one that's a 15-year-old and the other a 13-year-old. He bought them these scooters. I rode them like, there's something called a death wobble, first of all, because when I maxed it out, it's
yeah. Speed wobble. I think it's called a speed wobble. When you hit a certain frequency, it's like a vibrational thing.
Correct. So I took it to the maximum because again I thought I'm a little bit older, so again I risked it, no helmet, no nothing. This shit started to vibrate. Like I thought I'm gonna fucking go out.
Shit can happen on skateboards. Yeah, if you hold on to the back of a car and you're on a skateboard, all of a sudden it starts wobbling and it goes back and forth, left and right so fast, and you're fucked. That's how my buddy broke his collarbone.
So, what's it called? The fucked up part is, I experienced a death wobble. The kids started laughing at me that I maxed it out. That this happens. I'm like, that's a normal fucking thing. They're like, yeah, it's a normal thing. I'm like to my brother, like, you guys got him like a fucking death trap. I was like, what do you want me to do? They wanted it.
And the batteries sometimes on hot days they'll blow up on those things.
No,
Cheap ones.
that's
That's very true.
No, you got them like the crazy ones. But yeah, I don't know, fucking scary fast. I'm watching these kids fly by right now. Like they overtook a car in a fucking like the suburbs. Okay, everybody's like going 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers. These kids are overtaking cars.
Jesus Christ.
And they're like 12 years old, like fucking 15 years old, like young kids.
Yeah, those things are death traps. I'll never get
go.
on those. If I want the wind in my face, that's why I got a convertible, bro. That's it. I won't even do motorcycles. I'm scared of that shit too.
I'm selling my convertible. Done.
What do you got?
I got a Stingray.
Oh, nice.
I have a 74 Stingray.
Ooh.
I'm selling it right now. T-top 4-speed. And
wow.
But I want to buy. You know what I want to buy? I'm switching it for. I'm buying myself the slingshot, but I'm souping it up.
Oh wow!
I'm getting the slingshot.
Wow!
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm just talking about wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
I decided like this is. I don't know why I got myself that car. It's cute. Do I want to sit on it for another fucking 15, 20 years? Then if I'm gonna sit on it, it's just gonna produce more problems. It's gonna cost me a lot more money to fix. I said, let somebody at least enjoy it who's gonna buy it. Let them fucking drive it, because I have it in good condition. Mine's not bad condition, actually. Surprisingly. And I said, no, I'm buying myself a slingshot, and I'm gonna enjoy the slingshot. This is more of a me slingshot. Like, it matches my body structure.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I decided to soup one up, get one and soup it up. Like put a screen inside of it, it's gonna look cool.
Oh no, that'd be real nice.
Yeah.
You guys can get some good work done in Canada, man. You guys got some good labor up there, man.
My buddies are either
What do you mean, Mexicans?
No, I have.
Well, just in general, they're like they. I mean, we don't care. We got great Mexicans. Don't get me wrong, but just in mass, like a lot of like car audio stuff, like you get done out there and customization. They do a fairly good job, and they don't.
Oh yeah, it's because they're frozen in their houses for 7 months out of the year and have nothing to do. So
No. My buddies are all either mechanics, tow truckers, body shops.
Yeah, the Canadians
Yeah,
are
because they're
very
stuck
good.
in their house. Yeah,
What's stuck in their house?
they're stuck in the garage working on the car in the winter, and they're like, "Hey, we can like do a lot of work in the winter."
My buddy has the fastest M5 in the world.
Oh wow.
F90, the fastest F90 in the world. Well, it's actually between him and this guy in Moscow. He loses his thing every about 3 to 4 months. He loses it, then he starts rebuilding the engine, and the guy in Moscow loses, and then like they go back and forth. So it's like a competition on the F90s. He's right now doing so he has also a BMW 3 Series. He bought like a regular one, and he made it like stupid insane, like faster than almost any M3 souped up that you would find on the track. His regular like 328 that he bought rear wheel drive, he made it like stupid insane. Like this guy's a crazy mechanic.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good. I had a friend from Vancouver. He got a lot of his custom lowrider work done by a whole bunch of Indians that actually did a damn good job.
So, I wouldn't trust.
Believe me, I know. I thought the same shit. But when he brought the car down here for a car show, and he told me, like you know, and he showed me the videos and everything, they did a damn good job. They must have brought some Mexicans up years ago to teach him or something, but they were fucking great. They did a good job.
So the guy, the mechanic, like, he has autism on cars, and I have to say it. He literally strips down an engine to the last fucking bolt. Like, he has these, like, you know, Rubber-made, like, boxes that you have, like, to put toys away and stuff. So when he takes apart an engine, he puts parts into, like, these boxes. So it has, he will, once he puts
Yeah,
back.
he has
together,
compartmentalizes every little screw in.
Yeah, so yeah.
Land.
There's not one. Once he's done, there's never one screw left that wasn't put back into its original place.
Yeah.
Not one fucking screw, and he does it all by himself.
Yeah, so he learns the internal, so he can save time on repairs. You know, the way he's doing it, man, like he's a little fucking genius to be doing shit like that.
See, Rafi, I have that engineering mind, and my dad has always accused me of never being happy. And I always assumed he was right. I was like, maybe I'm just fucking ungrateful. Like, I can't just take a stock car, put some exhaust and turbo on it. And then, like, in my mind, I look at everything, and I'm like, dude, we could make like an extractor heat fan that goes and sucks all the heat, radiant heat out of the engine bay when it's hot. And we could, use heat blankets to wrap over the turbos, and then wrap the entire, or ceramic coat the manifold and the entire exhaust, and then coat it and wrap it all to like keep down the radiant heat, and then use a push-pull fan for the radiator, and use a larger diameter. And
see everything you want to do, now it counters the weight. When you do weight reduction, now you're adding things that's going to add weight. So the
no, I know that, but I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about a horsepower car. I'm not talking about a horsepower car. I'm talking about like on my Expedition, because so like my Expedition, the 8-passenger, you realistically do 3.5 liters, you can go about 6.5, 700 horse before you got to do like internals, and you can safely drive it at 650. And on E50 fuel and stuff. But the problem is when you open up the hood when it's been running for a while, everything's heat soaked, and you open up the hood and it just rolls out like over 200-degree temperature, and it just blasts you in the face. And the way to do that is to extract all the heat out of the engine bay and to keep everything super cooled. You know, like a push-pull fan with a larger diameter radiator. And then also one of the other things you could do, an electronic or an electric AC system that runs into the intercooler system, which is what they do on the Dodge Charger Demons. So like the Dodge Charger Demons, when you're driving down the racetrack and you do like 2 or 3 laps and your sergeant
but that's designed for superchargers, not for fucking turbos.
Yeah, but it just goes into the intercooler. It goes into the intercooler.
But turbo doesn't care. Turbo just needs air. Doesn't matter hot air or cold air. It's the combustion. So
I get that. But that's why you have an intercooler still on it though, because you're cooling the air that's going back into the engine. So the engine that's coming back into the intake, the engine that's going into the intake manifold, that's what runs down through the intercooler. So if you have the AC blowing through there, it can lower it by up to 45 degrees. So the intercooler itself can typically lower between 40 and 60 degrees. Typical average.
And then doesn't that also help cool the transmission fluid and everything else with the transmission?
You know, you have a transmission cooler, so you have a transmission.
You have a separate.
Yeah, it's separate.
Hey, you guys ever deal with those Japanese? What are those fucking Japanese cars that have like the ceramic turbo fan? You know what I'm talking about? So the turbo comes on like immediately. You don't have to wait for it to kick in. Like a
hybrid system, or it's like a small.
So in like the 90s, early. You know what I'm talking about, Rocky?
So I don't know about the 90s. So you're talking about I forgot what it's called. But let's say I had a Mercedes prior to it that was bi-turbo.
Yeah, no, isn't it like in the early 2000s or 90s where like there's like turbo fan?
Yes, it had a different
kind of ceramic.
It had a throttle response. So when I would hit, let's say on my Mercedes gas, because it wasn't an AMG, AMGs were built different. But if I hit gas, it would be like a 1, 2, and then I would feel on like on 2, the car pulls. But that 1, the car just stands. Like BMW, as soon as you tap the gas, the car like jerks. It's ready to go. It has like instant throttle response. Mercedes has like a little stupid delayed throttle response. I noticed the AMGs are good, especially if you're doing launch control on it. But ones that you're talking about, the ceramic, it had to have been like on Accords, I think. Not on Accords, I mean on Preludes. Talking about those ones, the VTECs?
Maybe I just Googled it, so it said so it's a ceramic turbocharger, factory installed ceramic turbochargers. The problem is that the fucking things, like if they exploded, there's no way like to to replace it without basically taking the entire engine.
You can't rebuild them, basically. That's what you're
No.
saying. The other ones are rebuildable. This one's not.
Yeah, so these were like, I don't know. So in some versions, yeah, they had them in the Skyline, the Supra, and the RX-7s. They all utilize these ceramic. Yeah, the hybrid ceramic turbo line. Twin turbo setup. Yeah, near instant boosts.
Mazda fucked up many times on their engines, especially on their rotary engines.
Yeah, they were experimenting a lot. They sounded really fucking good.
Yeah, they were shit.
Yeah, you had to tune up really carefully. But the Supras, those are beasts. Real fucking, you can't really destroy those. Anyways, okay. I don't know why it just popped in my head. I was listening to a podcast about it, so sometime, never mind.
You guys want to make a triggering topic?
I think Rafi needs to get himself a fucking Toyota Century, lower that shit, get a driver with, like, white gloves.
I love the Toyota SUV.
A Century or a Crown Century?
No, a Toyota Century.
I like the Crown Centuries. Like the ones they use taxis in Japan.
I know, yeah, those are good, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The guy in Shinjuku, I came over and I tried to open up the door, and he's like, no. And I was like, what? And he clicked the button and it flipped open. I was like, oh, that was cool. And then I climbed in the car and I was like, I reached over to close the door and he's like, no. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah. And then he hit the button and closed cut. And I was showing him in like Japanese.
Don't get your dirty gaijin fingers on my car.
Dude, this guy was the nicest fucking dude on earth. We're in Shinjuku and I'm trying to find this Shinjuku capsule hotel. And we're going from Shinjuku Station there. And I was like, hey, do you know what this is? And he spoke zero English. And like just yes, no, or something, or thank you. You know, and it's like 30 words maybe. But I was showing him the address, and even he didn't know where it was. And we stopped in florists, we stopped in like different shops, gas or grocery or convenience stores. And he got out. And dude, he was just going around trying so hard to find this place, and then finally just gave up. And then I ran into the fucking Senegalese and Nigerians, and that was fun. Yeah, oh my god. I wanted to like drag them out of the fucking country and deport them all with their snakeskin boots and 6'8".
They're so harmless, bro. They know that Japan is so strict that if they ever fuck up, they get kicked out. So it's so like they're so hard. Like they just try to get you to go in their stupid ass unpopular clubs.
No, I know that, but he wouldn't leave me alone. And I'm 6'4". I'm a big guy. This guy's like 6'7", 6'8".
Is this Rich?
Big Rich. Yeah, and so the big Nigerian guy or whatever, Senegalese or whatever, standing there and just fucking midnight black, and he's like just arguing with me about going to his like strip club or bar or whatever. And I was like, no. I'm like, dude, I have a fiance. I'm fine. I have my own Asian chick. I'm good. And he's like, no. I tell you, I know your hotel. And then I was like, dude, I'm sorry. And then he yells for his buddies, and there's like 4 of them, and they're all like 6'7" and 6'8", and they're all just surrounding me, and they're just like trying to pressure me and shit. And finally, I had to look at him, and I was like, listen, I'm not going to the fucking club, dude. I'm trying to find my shit. I just flew from fucking Los Angeles. I want to go home.
Yeah, they'll leave.
So finally, I had to go off on them and shit. They wouldn't stop.
You just ignore them. Right. That's all. They're completely harmless. Like they're just, I don't know. They do that shit because the boss is like looking out the window to see if that they're actually trying to do their job. That's why they do that. Because there's like a small little Japanese guy looking out the fucking window, being like, "Oh, they better fucking work," you know. I just ignore him. Just walk by. He's talking about Shinjuku, guys. Like just one area of the city where it's all nightclubs and stuff. It's the rest of the city. Rich will vouch for it is so super, and these guys are actually very harmless too, but they do look kind of out of place in Japan.
Yeah, I want to go to Japan. I've never been. I'll go in the next 4 years.
Yeah, if you want to go someplace where people are like actually civilized and like act like fucking decent, go there.
Oh, of course. Japanese people are always like that. They're very, very, very well. I mean, they're the best tourists wherever you go. You know what I mean? How they travel. You know, they don't leave messes behind.
They leave it cleaner than when they came in.
Cleaner than when they came in. Man.
Yeah.
It's always in there. And then the cuisine, you know, like the food, oh my god. And then when they cook other cuisine, like when they try to, when a Japanese opens up an Italian restaurant or a French style bakery, like when the Japanese get their hands into other recipes, they improve them. So
You know what it has to do? You know what it does? It has to do with the shape of Tokyo. This is a crazy thing, Ravi. So what it is like most Japanese neighborhoods, they're like mixed build. So you live and you can live and work in the same, like basically same building. And everything's like, it's like cockpit living. I don't know if you've ever seen like this day in the life of a young Japanese man in Tokyo or whatever. And he'll go in his tiny little ass apartment and like, if he stretches out, his foot's on one end wall, the other foot's at the other end of the wall, right? So, and then basically these fuckers work like 12 hours a day. So their entire life is like, no, but then, so instead of running away from work, they try to make it as meaningful as possible. So what you have is these mixed neighborhoods that are super high density, and then a lot of people living and working kind of sometimes close as, I mean, I'm talking about people that aren't salarymen. I'm talking about chefs. I'm talking about like artisans. I'm talking about people that like do stuff with their hands. So they'll typically very often like work right above where they'll live right above where they work. And everything's like within like a foot's reach, right? So you go downstairs to the apartment, you turn left, and there you can like go to the convenience store. And if you've seen videos about that, pick up whatever you want in the convenience store. You turn right, and it's like everything's very super close. So none of these guys, like it's a fucked up different kind of way of living. And then the other thing is like, because everybody there is all kind of the same culture, and it's very hierarchical. When they get into a job, they do so many years of training, and they start you off soft, and they like bring you into the culture of that particular place. So everything's just designed in a way where people are just so highly hyper focused on work. Hey, JB.
What's up, bro? Can I just interject for 2 seconds? I don't know how long I can stay. I'm sorry. How you doing, bro?
JB?
Yo,
Hey, yo, I'm here. What's up, homies?
Yo, let me tell you something. I give you a lot of shit about some of the moves you make. I'm gonna send you some flowers right now. This dude on your stage, Robbie, fucking aces. You should mod him every single time he comes in your space. This is
Thank you, JB.
This is my brother right here. Whatever he fucking needs, I got him.
Oh man, no, I love you, JB. I got your front and back page, bro. You already know. I'll knock somebody's jaw off for you, bro. You could do it, bro. For real.
Yeah, there's a long line, brother. Sorry to interject, Poodle.
Anytime, JB. Anytime. You know that.
JB?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
I'm doing great. Thank you. You?
All right, thank you for the explanation on the culture in Tokyo, though, Mr. Matthew. I appreciate that. I've been good, man. I know you were saying not too long ago you were going to Texas to see one of your kids or something like that, JB.
Yo, I'm moving.
How was that?
I'm moving, bro. I'm moving down and I'm leaving Friday.
Oh, wow. What part of Texas are you going to move to?
It's called the Woodlands. It's northwest Houston.
Oh, wow. That's nice, man. That's awesome. Congratulations.
You come anytime you like, man. You welcome me, Costa, Sue Costa.
No. My good friend, he has a logistics business, and he's begging my ass to come out there. So I'll probably come out there soon, man. I'll let you know, man. He's got me a place to stay and everything. I'll come by. We'll go out to dinner or something, man. But I'll be in Houston this year for sure.
Yo, ask your friend. I want to take you to a place called Perry's Steakhouse. Ask your friend about Perry's. Yo, we'll have a good time, Bobby, man. You're one of the few people on staff I've actually always wanted to meet.
No, man. Likewise, bro. Likewise. You're always somebody with an open mind. Like when it came to debate on here, when a lot of people just didn't like who I was, or just didn't want me to say anything in their rooms, and you fought that censorship of the idiocy of a lot of people, man. So yeah, man. And,
you already know, real recognizes real, bro.
No, for sure. And I know you didn't hate shit. You know what I mean? In rough accommodations as it came to cuisine like I have. You know what I mean? I'll just keep it at that. And when you've eaten shit in life, you appreciate the steak. You know what I mean? And that's what I like about you, bro. Like, you're a good dude, bro. It's always been that way with me. It's always been feelings mutual for sure.
Appreciate you, bro, and I appreciate Marsha. Yo, Rafi's like my brother. How you doing, hon? Rafi's like my brother from another mother. Because he does.
Rafi's the one. Rafi's the one who treats me the best, man. I mean, Rafi's the one who rolls out the red carpet for me in this room and stuff. Man. He's a gentleman.
Yeah, Rafi, I know Rafi a few years, bro. Good people, man. You know, he keeps.
Rafi's such a smart man. Such a good guy.
I think so.
He's the best, man.
I think so. Man. You want to get a hand job?
That girl's so beautiful. Oh, you got the best eyes. You're such a smart lady. Oh, I respect you so much.
Come on.
Almost like a con man fucking rapist. Almost like a con man.
Oh, there he is. Yo, it's Rich. No, don't move him down. Yo, Rich. I want to call him. Hold on.
If you want, I'll bring him up.
Almost like a rapist ex-con fucking con man. Whoa.
Yeah.
Rich,
didn't you rape two girls in a hotel in New Jersey?
No.
Yeah, you and your buddy? And that the news article from the New York Post? Did you spend time in prison for pimping? Yeah, did you spend time in prison for pimping? Did you start a modeling agency in Florida?
Okay. I'm gonna put him in the audience because he's not letting you speak. I'll put him in the audience because he's gonna be just speaking over you.
Well, I appreciate it, but listen, I was gonna offer him a truce because him and I have a common enemy. But he wants to keep sitting on my cock. I can't stop. Excuse my language, Marsha.
Yeah, Rich, stop being a dumb Rich. Yeah, Rich, stop being a fucking dumb cunt and like, just fucking over speaking people. I'm gonna bring you up. Shut the fuck up and listen. Fucking, I have to treat him like a child.
I just don't know why you got to be such a bitch clout chaser, Rafi. Yeah. He doesn't have it.
Okay, you're gonna.
He doesn't have any clout left. He's been kicked out of every.
Rich, bro, like how a lot of people try to come after you and stuff and all that type of thing,
Yeah, but I didn't rape two girls in a hotel.
He didn't.
And then started a modeling agency last year, even in Florida. You started a talent agency or modeling agency in Florida last year. Yeah, because you want to sex traffic more women and claim that you're modeling agency. That's what he did. He's done it like his entire life. He's done it his entire life, Rafi. He owns talent modeling agencies and then he sex traffics women.
You can have a model.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's your fucking MO. That's your modus operandi.
Let's
I opened a company in Florida for modeling agency last year.
Gun any of those bitches' heads?
Yeah, no, he held them against their will and raped them.
Bullshit.
Hold on. So, Rich, I got charged with contraband, okay, when I didn't have licenses to import things. Later on, once I was charged, I went into the same industry, but I only went legit, so it's perfectly normal. Because then I got my license.
Let me ask you a question. Were you charged with this multiple times and arrested for this multiple times?
No.
Did you have multiple different companies where the allegations were that you were a fucking sex trafficker who held you've been and still...
Hold on, JB, 1 second, brother, please. So I got caught, I got a warning. Then I got caught again, and I was already charged, and I got fined. And then I said, you know what, enough is enough.
Fucking pimping and sex trafficking.
Doesn't matter, I got it. It's still
You just opened a fucking sex trafficking shit down in Florida, dude. What are you talking about?
How do you
The modeling agency. You've had like 5 of them in your life.
Can you provide facts?
Yes, I have all the documents about his fucking company started in Florida. Jesus Christ. Yes, he went to prison. He went to prison for sex trafficking. He went to prison for sex, for pimping. For pimping.
Let me just.
For pimping.
I will put up $10,000.
Oh my God. I'll pull up all his dockets.
Rich, when you make allocation, Rich, this is
I will pull up all his dockets. I have everything. The biscuit mixture. I have all the news, fucking news articles. You should sue the New York Post for writing that article and not retracting it.
Hold on.
Yeah, you should sue the New York Post for saying that you took 2 girls from Craigslist from Florida and brought them up and shut the fuck up, Rafi. You brought them up there and paid for it on your all's dime, you and your buddy. to bring them up to New Jersey. Then you held them in a hotel and brutally raped them, and then held them against their will and sex trafficked both of the fucking women. You sex trafficked both of the fucking women and had a bunch of Johns come in and rape them, have sex with them, and you kept all the money.
He would not be a
You
free
spent like
man.
7 or 8 years in prison. We talking about Robbie.
Jealous, bro.
He would not
Oh,
be
yeah,
a
I'm
free
so
man.
jealous of a fucking pimp rapist.
Won't get 7 or 8
Yeah, I'm
for that,
so
bro.
jealous of a pimp rapist. Yeah.
7 or 8 for that.
Yeah, a sex trafficking rapist. I'm so jealous of you, Jason
You are
Bresco.
so fucking jealous.
Yes, I'm so jealous of you, Jason. Yeah.
Should be.
I'm so jealous of you growing up on the fucking floor with dirty, tethered floors, getting raped by a whole fucking Jewish man.
See, but Rich, if someone came in here, right, and called you a pedophile and called you
They couldn't prove it. I can prove that he is.
But look, bro,
I can prove he is.
that conversation.
I can prove he is. He's been in prison for it.
Listen,
He's been in prison for fucking pimping, sex trafficking.
No, I wasn't in prison.
Yes, you were.
Hold on.
You held those 2 girls against their will. You pled down. You pled down, you fucking dirty piece of shit.
You
You pled down, you fucking retard.
No.
That's how the district attorney works, bro. Yes.
No.
The district attorney fucking tried to charge him with a bunch of shit. And then they settled it. They settled for a lesser charge. They did it because they couldn't prove it, a fucking rapist, sex trafficker.
They settled
Go
because
fuck yourself, Jason Bresco.
You gotta understand, Rich. They couldn't prove that going
Yeah, they
trial.
couldn't prove it. Yeah, Robbie, okay.
No,
Yeah.
bro. They
Yeah,
couldn't.
yeah.
And
This
that's
is
bro.
his MO, bro.
You got it,
Bro,
bro.
act-
Nah, bro. Because bitches
Robbie,
lie
how many
every day.
companies has he
Bitches
fucking
lie
ran?
every day.
How many companies has he opened where he does this fucking modeling sex trafficking fucking agency bullshit?
It's crazy how
If
sex
those
flows in my
bitches,
life.
if those
It's crazy how you
bitches,
opened one last year
if
in
those
Florida.
females were
You're
not
back.
held against their will,
You're back to your old antics, aren't you?
there's nothing wrong with it.
I have a
bro.
question. Oh, hold on, Remy. I have a question for you, sincerely. How does it feel to know that you became the monster that molested you when you in that fucking that little fucking park place that you used to hang out? No. How does it feel to know that you became the same fucking sex predator monster?
Nah, come on, bro. You can't say
No,
that.
he was molested when he was a kid, and he turned himself into the same fucking monster.
Bro. Rich.
He is. I mean, if you guys want to fucking be friends with him, be friends with him. I don't care.
Nah,
He's
man,
a
bro,
fucking,
because
he's a cocksucker. He's a cocksucker who fucking manipulates people.
I saw his case.
Fucking
I read the criminal complaint. I read his sentencing. Nothing of those crimes he was convicted of. Wasn't convicted of trafficking. Wasn't convicted of coercion or anything like that. He wasn't, bro.
Yeah.
Wasn't convicted of that.
Yeah,
So-
people have went out and killed fucking 5 people and got lesser charges. And got like accidental vehicular manslaughter when they were drinking and driving around 120 and blew through a fucking red light.
Rich,
They should have been charged for the death of 4 or 5 people.
I had a
They had
Willie.
1 count of
Willie.
accidental vehicular manslaughter. And you're like, oh, it was an accident. Even though he's on 120 and drunk driving through a fucking traffic light at 3 in the morning.
You can't compare those two scenarios.
Yeah, I can. I can compare a man who found 2 girls. Oh yeah, you're willing because they wanted to do adult films in fucking Florida. They were on Craigslist on an ad, and then he fucking flew them up, him and his buddy, into a hotel. Then it says that they fucking raped the 2 women, held them against their will, and allowed for Johns to come in and fuck them for like 2 weeks. And then they finally got busted, and then he went to prison.
They can trust the
No,
police.
it doesn't matter. They don't have the evidence. We all know that he's a scumbag fucking rapist.
But we understand the budget they have for trafficking cases,
Bro, let me ask you a question.
It's a slam dunk.
Remy, let me ask you this. I'm about to jump off here and get a pack of cigarettes. So let me ask you this: if you owned a fucking one of those VHS fucking DVD stores back in the day, like a little Blockbuster, like a hometown one, and you got busted, and they made the claim that you had fucking kiddie porn in the back of your fucking shop, and you may or may not have, and then you go and spend 6 years in prison, would you then come out and fucking open up a fucking movie fucking place? Would you come out and do that 2 or 3 more times? No. You'd probably fucking stay the fuck away from that and be like, I don't want to deal with any of that shit. This dude owned a fucking modeling talent agent where he sex trafficked fucking women through it, got in trouble a bunch of times, kept closing out and open up, and then finally got busted and put in fucking prison. And then he gets out of prison. What does he do? He opens up another modeling fucking agency in Florida. Bro, come on. It's like a pedophile moving next to a school.
Stop it.
With a Ferris wheel on their front yard.
We were talking about how JB's a sex trafficker.
No, he's not, bro.
I wasn't saying that. I was making a joke about Michael Jackson, bro.
Oh yeah, like JB. They're both sexual predators.
No, you're fucked up,
bro. You can't put that. You can't put that on somebody.
You guys are trying to cloud chase it. He doesn't even
It's
have
not cloud
healthy
chasing.
debates
It's not
anymore.
about cloud chasing.
He doesn't even open rooms in his unhealthy debates. Nobody mods him.
I do this differently, Rich. I do it like the penitentiary. You gotta bring the paperwork, bro. That's how it is.
Yeah, he's got papers if you look. You can go look at the papers.
I look at it.
You can see.
Hold on. Was he actually? He wasn't actually charged for the crime. He was charged, right?
He was charged for a lesser charge.
Was it?
Yeah, they convicted him on a lesser charge.
They do that all the time.
Ralphie, check this out. Imagine somebody comes in and brutally rapes and murders your fucking wife, and then they plea it down to just rape. And they're like, well, we can get him on the rape. But he claims that when he was raping here, he accidentally smacked her head against the wall and she died. And then he gets charged with just rape. So he's known as a rapist for the rest of his life, but he's not known as a fucking murderer. Would you still consider him a murderer?
Yeah, but you're comparing extremes that are not existent with this case.
I'm comparing a guy who found girls on Craigslist, flew them up, put them in a hotel, raped them, and then held them against their will to fucking perform sex with a bunch of dudes and gave them none of the money. That's what the news article and all the shit says. The original complaint was that he didn't allow the girls to have any of the money. He held them against their will. That's what they reported.
Who's this guy? Every day, bro. The news lies every day.
Jason Bresco, the guy at Red Buddy. JB. Go read it. Sex Slave Shock is the name of the article from New York Post. There's like 4 or 5 articles on him. He should have had them retracted if they made it all up. I mean, you could have simply called him up and said, hey, remove that or I'm going to sue you because that's defamatory because that never happened. And they would have to fucking remove the article and it would be scrubbed from the internet and I couldn't look it up anymore. Everybody else couldn't look it up, but you know why it doesn't? Because that's what fucking happened.
It's crazy, bro.
It's called Sex Slave Shock.
Nah, bro.
Sex Slave Shock. New York Post.
I don't believe that Michael Jackson was a pedophile, though.
No, so Michael Jackson was just a fucking weirdo. So it is a pair of aspiring models were turned into sex slaves after 2 fiendish pimps responded to a Craigslist ad, lured them to a midtown hotel. Did you just mute me?
I didn't mute you.
I didn't know you just muted me. Okay. Hold on, read an article.
Hold on. I think I know this. I know the woman.
Which woman? The one that he raped?
No.
Or the Michael Jackson one?
No.
I don't know.
I don't want to say the name.
Alright, there's the article in the chat if anyone wants to read it. So, lured them to, I know you're trying to place a cap table. Lured them to a midtown hotel and forced them to have sex with up to 60 men, authorities said today.
Bullshit.
Two savvy pimps, Jason Bresca, 38 of Brooklyn, and Sabina Rabonovich, 36 of Florida. Yeah, however you pronounce it. Russian fucking.
Yes.
Of Florida responded to the ads while trolling the internet for potential sex victims. Cops said one of the women had posted an ad looking for a position in pornography. The thugs, who were childhood friends, promised the women modeling careers and health benefits and dates with clients, police said. They even paid for the travel expenses from Ridgewood, New Jersey, and Sun Valley, California, police said. The women, aged 21 and 27, ended up at the La Quinta Hotel at 17 West 32nd Street, where they were allegedly forced into sex industry using the name Joey Bresca. Oversaw the operation and collected all the money, never giving a penny to the victims, cops said. Robonovich, which went by name Charlie, would set up the sexual liaisons by calling the victims to inform them that she was sending over a client police. Let's see.
Sounds like
it says read more, but it won't let you click on the read more part. You have to refresh on it.
I think Rabinovich is often a Jewish name, not necessarily
Jewish. Yeah, Jason Bresca is not Jewish though.
No.
Nah, it's got nothing to do with being Jewish. It's just fucking crazy.
No, JB's not Jewish. He's German. Oh, he left. Thank God. I'll have to keep reading this fucking schmuck shit.
So the broad is actually, she's from Toronto, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, hold on. It says police said, I got it open. On June 7th,
the Breska in Toronto got money.
Alright, so it says,
famous family.
on June 7th, Breska allegedly raped the 27-year-old woman in a room at the hotel. Between June 8th and June 15th, the same victim was forced to have sex with up to 60 men and kept all the hotel through
entities
and kept at the hotel through scare tactics such as threats to kill their family and tell their family. At the same time, the 21-year-old victim was kept in a room while having sex with a constant stream of Johns for 2 straight days. Police estimated that Breska collected $2,000 a day from the Johns and believe there may be numerous other victims. Investigators cracked the case after they received a call from an anonymous tipster, leading to the suspect arrest on June 15th. Both were slapped with a variety of charges, including sex trafficking and promoting prostitution. The Manhattan DA's office, Unit Crime Unit, is urging anyone to come forward with information. Call 212 blah blah blah. So, Britt, let me ask you a question. If somebody was convicted of all this kind of stuff, and they were wrongfully convicted, and it's not, none of it's true, couldn't you just like reach out to the New York Post and be like, "Hey, retract that shit"? If it was all fake.
The New York Post would get in a lot of trouble for it.
Yeah, they would get in a lot of trouble. Like when they said that President Trump was like, what did they say about, who was it? Oh, they did the Covington boys. Remember? They got like $200 million or something, or $500 million.
But as far as I understand, there is a grace period where if a publication genuinely makes a mistake, and then if the lawyer calls up and says, "Hey, please change that, it's wrong," and then you change it, it's okay, and then you have to make a clear article saying, "Look, we fucked up," then you're okay. That's as far as I understand.
I think it's just sad. I think it's just sad, Matt, that most people are duped. And I'm not saying you're duped, Robbie. I'm just saying he is a slick, fucking sly, manipulating con man, and he has a tendency to dupe people. And people who align with him or have like a friendship or connection with him and stuff will believe him no matter what. Robbie was defending him and saying that he wasn't all these things and stuff, but my point is, like, there's plenty of people like Nye from Healthy Debates, Robbie, there's a bunch of different people that they scream and yell at me that he's an innocent man and he didn't do that, he spent his time and blah blah. It's like, I understand that. If he was on the straight and narrow, he owned a modeling agency, a modeling and talent agency. Okay, that was his MO. He's owned like 5 of them up in New York and New Jersey and all over the place.
Is this like a really old guy?
Yeah, it was JB. The guy was just on stage a second ago. He just left. The guy was above Jason Prescott. So the thing is,
no, wait. You're not talking.
Hold on. What it sounds like, bro, is
JB from Healthy Debates.
Running little hookers, bro. Running hookers to a front. That's what it sounds like, bro. Running hookers to a front.
Okay, even if he's just running little hookers, but it's still fucking disgusting. He's a sex trafficking fucking sexual predator.
Wait, you're not saying JB is?
JB from Healthy Debates is Jason Breska from the news article from the New York Post, who allegedly, or not, I don't even have to wait. Hold on. I don't even have to say allegedly because he was fucking convicted.
Hold on.
He was not convicted of these crimes.
He was.
Convicted of trafficking.
He was convicted of something, but not
sex trafficking.
Was he convicted of actual sex trafficking? What's the
JB that was just in this room?
Yes, the one that was just in the room. That's why you left.
Hold on, Azur.
No shit.
Let me ask you a different question. This is all public information. We find out.
Both were slapped with a variety of charges, including sex trafficking and promoting prostitution.
Yeah, slapped.
Okay, slapped.
Yeah.
What actually stuck?
It's like prostitution, like promoting prostitution.
That's what
Okay, so boom. So, boom.
I don't care. I don't care. If it isn't, listen, Robbie, I have a fucking cousin.
Why is someone speaking over other people? What the fuck is happening in this?
Robbie and I are having a conversation. Robbie, I have a cousin.
Yeah, no, but you know damn well I do not have mods in the room yelling over other fucking people. What is happening, Robbie?
I got you. Robbie, I had a cousin just in the last couple of years who was shot in the back of the fucking head because she was arguing with her drug addict fucking ex-baby daddy, and he took a 38 revolver, 357, put it to the back of her fucking head, squeezed the trigger, and blew her head off. Because he was wearing fucking gloves because he was trying to kill her. He took the gloves off. He went and immediately took a fucking shower and bleached his hands and all this kind of stuff, and then disposed of the river in the fucking Daniel Boone National Forest. Because of this, he was never convicted, and they said that he was 100% innocent. And they let him go because he was also friends with the fucking cops. Just because somebody wasn't fucking charged with murder doesn't mean they're not a fucking murderer. Obviously, Jason Breska, by the entire fucking article that's never been retracted, is a fucking piece of shit, low-life scumbag. Even if you just want to say he's a pimp. Pimps rape fucking women all the time. I don't care if they're hookers, they're still raping them. They're still, when the girl says, no, I don't want to fuck you, and they just say fuck you, and they pin them down and have sex with them. That's rape. I don't care if if it's a fucking hooker or not a hooker. That's still rape. Like, my point is,
shit, man.
my point is, he is a fucking scumbag piece of shit. But because he's a slick, manipulating fucking slime ball, he gets everybody in his fucking hand, and then they all just do what he wants. And nobody will be disloyal to him. And it's because he's a fucking street hustler. I mean, the dude was molested by an older man up there at the YMCA up in New Jersey when he was a kid, and literally that guy was a predator who ended up training him and raising him for a couple years under his wings and shit as a predator, luring other kids into him. And then he ends up growing up like through Stockholm syndrome shit, where like when a person's raped, they end up becoming a rapist, or when a person's molested, they end up becoming a molester.
Bro,
He's
this
a shit fucking
too heavy for me. I need to leave the room.
Yeah, it is. It's fucking disgusting.
It's terrible.
Yeah, dude, I got 3 kids.
With his situation, I just didn't see that sensing. Now, Bran, I would like to address you. Why did you take away my mod?
Because you shouldn't have been modded in the first place. Rafi and I have already had a conversation. You won't be again. I don't tolerate moderators yelling over other people, whether you're having a dialogue or not. I sat in here and watched you do it for 10 minutes. So you will not be modded in this space again.
Bryn, can I ask you a question? So,
you know what?
Hold on, I want to make sure he's very clear on why it happened, because he asked directly. So
no, you are not judge and jury of the world. You know what I mean?
No, but I am one of the 2 people who runs this house, which means I'm gonna set the decorum standard. And if you can't rise to the expectations, you're not modded.
I was not arguing with anyone. I was actually going back and forth in a civil conversation with them, and I wasn't talking over anybody. If anything, I was the one modded and was talked over.
Well, don't you worry, you will not be modded again, so we won't run into that problem again.
Well, Bren, you have no class, and it shows you're very emotional for nothing.
That is the one opportunity you will have in this house to attack me. The second one gets you removed from the house.
You know what? I'm out of here. If this is what's
So, Ren, quick question. If that article is untrue or unfactual in the New York Post, could you have it removed, or would they have to remove it?
Here's the thing. He is aware it's factual. He came on this app and was very clear about his background when he was trying to engage with some sort of prison podcast. And then when that didn't work, and Roger and Kelly and I that were running Healthy Debates, I got sick with my cancer again. Kelly's mother-in-law got sick, and Roger had issues with his mom. We were not able to run rooms. It's around the time Brad, KK, and Gerard had canceled his ass from the right-leaning part of the app, and he needed somewhere to run rooms. Roger let him run rooms in Healthy Debates. That lasted for a few months. That blew up Healthy Debates at the end of time, which is why Roger and Kelly shut it down, and then Rowan from Australia brought it back on, because Kaylin, the original person whose house, said okay, and then he and Jay got in some sort of fight, and then Rowan took it, and then Rowan got clipped, and now that house doesn't open any rooms. So the thing about Jay is he is a known entity on this app. I don't get into it with him, he doesn't get into it with me, we don't enjoy each other, so we stay on other ends of the app most of the time, but if there was something untruthful out there, he would have sued. Because he sued the state of New York, claiming he was molested as a child. He sued the YMCA. He sued 2 Jewish schools. If he could have sued a newspaper, a publication, he probably would have. So at the end of the day, I don't really enjoy that we're having an entire room about his record. I don't know how that started or how that happened, but I'll have
I came in the room
later to figure out what.
Yeah, it's my fault. I came in the room. He was on stage. I knew that it was a matter of time before Rafi got. I knew JB would come off mic as soon as he heard my voice, and he would say, "Hey, Rafi, make me a moderator." Then he'd kick me out of the room because he hates me. So I just immediately went in, fucking balls to the wall.
Here's the thing, and it just is that was never going to happen because Rafi and I have already had the conversations about my feelings about certain people, and certain people will not be modded. And now Rabbi just added himself to the list of people that will never be fucking modded.
I had JB modded one time. Brent told me the story. He was never modded again.
Yeah, because JB heard my voice and he said,
I never knew
make
you had
me a mod.
But I would like us to stop talking about him and move on to something else.
I never knew it happened with Robbie too. But anyways, I want to go back.
Yeah, last thing, he's the only person on the staff I hate.
1 second. What the fuck happened on Friday? I was on Clubhouse, but I missed everything on Friday.
Wait, what?
No.
You forget my name's Azra. I'm sorry, buddy.
What's it called? No, what the fuck happened on Friday? I heard what's her name went off on Brenner.
Oh, Hope and Glow. Yeah, they went off on Brad.
No, not on Brad. That wasn't on Friday. It was the other one.
I don't know, man. How did
I miss all the drama on Friday? I'm pretty sad.
As soon as you jog my memory, I'll be like,
I missed the Glow and Hope with Viking. Well, Glow and Hope. Yeah, I remember it all started in my room.
Yeah,
with Viking.
Because I told Hope because I modded Viking. And then I left the room, he kicked Hope down, and then Hope, I saw she...
Oh, no.
I had to...
Hope, that one, Hope kept kicking him down.
No, Rich. What happened was Hope and Viking disagreed about something, and as soon as Hope opened her mouth, Viking kicked her down to the audience, Rafi. That's all that happened, and he triggered this whole thing off.
So Hope never kicked him down.
Yeah, Hope and Glow got mad because Brad was talking about the Iranians. They kept moving him down 3 or 4 times. Somebody brought Brad up, then he got mod. Then he moved him down 3 or 4 times. Then they kicked him down a couple of times.
I don't think it's a responsibility of a mod to kick another mod. I don't think it's a responsibility of a mod to kick another.
No. I came back in the room. I demodded Brad.
I told you privately, Rafi. I told you privately.
Yes, and I had to demod Brad, and I sent a private message to Hope. I'm like, come back into the room, and she's like, only if he's demodded. If you if you remove his mod.
How did I not hear about this? When was that?
This was on Friday, bro.
Oh, he was pretty much telling the Iranians that they weren't gonna get the RGC out.
No.
You guys are such drama kings, honestly.
This was on Saturday night. Or Sunday night, and yesterday they went into President Trump's room in the morning.
It wasn't yesterday. It was on Saturday, I think. The President Trump room.
Because you guys came in all upset.
Yeah, was it yesterday or Saturday?
No, it was Sunday. It was Sunday.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
It was Sunday, so Saturday. With me. And Sunday you guys went, and then in the morning I woke up and you guys were like fucking pissed off as hell.
Yeah.
And I opened up the room right away for you guys.
Now I see why he did that. So it was from yesterday, the day before.
Steppy has AIDS. Because he's half Haitian.
What the fuck, Richard?
Oh, he was saying that I give STD rubs at the 7-Eleven. I know him. You know, Steppy and I are pretty close. We're friends. He needs to get up on stage.
I don't know, I just think when mods are fighting with each other, it creates anarchy in the room.
I know. Listen, if you can't control the mods, you can't control the fucking room.
Exactly.
No, but Hope to me is more important. Like, so I had to...
Hope is fair. Like, she's not...
What about me, Rafi?
Am I not important?
You're my sister.
Yeah, exactly. So why do you favor Buttercup over me?
She's like my cousin.
No, you're a fucking
I gotta stay close to the cousins so we can marry cousins.
You're a moron.
I can't marry my sister, but I can marry my cousin.
I think he said hope.
I think that's the only fair. No, Buttercup. We're talking about our sweet Buttercup.
Oh, okay.
Our little sugar plum buttercups. Did you ever try sugar plum buttercup, CJ?
Sorry, what's that?
Did you ever try sugar plumbed buttercup?
Not really.
He could have Buttercup for free.
When you try sugar plum buttercup, you piss and shit out of your ass simultaneously.
Ew.
It's amazing. It's a great blender.
You could have Buttercup for free.
Oh, you're mad at her? Yeah, and it wasn't her, just to let you know, it was the other dumb cunt.
No, you don't know that, Rafi.
I know for a fact.
What
It
did
has
she
nothing to
do
do with
now?
you.
Somebody gave all of my literally all of my information to people in Amir's room.
That is not at all.
My name, my city, my parents' names. Like, it's really fucked.
Job, employment, everything.
That's sad. And how did they get all this information? Did you actually say that to someone? You need to start from the beginning and blame everyone that you gave this information to.
Well, only the people that I'm friends with know it.
Yeah.
But Rafi, it wasn't who you're saying it was. Like, how do you know that?
Because she doesn't know nothing about you because...
You don't know that, Rafi.
I know, I'm pretty sure, but I think it's more the person that would actually sit in her room.
Yeah, Buttercup goes and sits there, and she's the one who told me that people are talking about me in his room. So I'm pretty sure that it came from her.
I don't think Buttercup would do that. Not that I stand at her side, but she's not that kind of person. At least in the public, maybe in the private.
I think the complete opposite, CJ.
Okay.
And I know for a fact that she's doxed quite a few people.
And I don't care if she tells people my personal information, but why are you dragging my parents into it? Like, that's really fucked up.
Yeah, don't worry.
Rafi, you say don't worry, but if it was you,
I
then...
got you. I got
No, you
one
don't.
phone call. Capri, one phone call. I have people yeah, you know, one phone call.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna do nothing to you, I swear. I promise you.
I've already had people on this app call my parents before at their house.
Well, I can't control phone calls. I can control confrontation in the real world. I told you. So wait, if Buttercup comes, I can't mod her now, Capri?
Rafi, here's the thing. I already told you. I'm gonna unmod her anytime you mod her, so you're free to mod her. But the minute I come in the room, I'm unmodding her.
Thank you. I'm gonna have Bren on speed dial and be like, Bren, get your ass in here.
Me too.
Take this bitch out.
Fucking bastards. I sent Brent the whole thing that the show is happening. Brent up there so fucking quick. So fucking... I can bet you dropped every... Brent, you sure you still have your dog with you? I bet you dropped your dog and ran to get on Clubhouse.
Oh, I totally jumped off of a phone call. I was on a Zoom call, and I jumped off the call because you know how I feel about individuals. But I didn't expect it to be that particular point in the conversation. But, I mean, here's the thing, Rafi. You know me. I would simply block all of the undesirables, not the Thorns of the world, because they're enjoyable to play with, but like the truly vile people. You and I have a very different tolerance for some of these people, and I would just clear them out. But
Like
they'll
who?
leave when I come in anyways, because they know I don't
Bren,
enjoy them.
now I have a lot more respect for you.
What the fuck? Did I just lose the respect?
Yes, I told you a long time ago that I didn't respect you anymore.
You lost your respect long time ago. The first day that you walked away.
Okay, Rafi, let's fix this. Hold on. And there we go. problem.
But no,
Brent, don't get me wrong. It's not about me having a mod. Honestly, I really don't
Oh,
mind.
I know it's not. I'm just saying Rafi should be backing people. Because here's the thing. You irritate me sometimes. I irritate you sometimes. That's fine. But you're not a giant piece of shit like certain other people who have been getting modded.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
there's a difference.
Exactly. I'm glad we're on the same page. I'm glad we're on the same page.
To me, Brent.
No, not
Shuki, not you. What are you talking about, Shuki? You just can't be modded because I can't have a mod in the room. I can't have a mod in the room screaming cunt. Like, you can't be modded and be screaming, she's a cunt, she's a cunt. None of the house gets reported.
Shut the fuck up, Buttercup. Shut the fuck up, Amos.
We don't want the house clipped.
Shut the fuck up, Amos.
So I had Rich, so I modded Rich and Pepe together so they don't kick each other out.
I'm the
to make sure it's
mod.
equal. No, remember? And then you came back on the stage.
Everybody in the audience on stage.
You came into the room and you started screaming, Muhammad's a pedophile. I'm like, Rich, before you continue the song,
That's not what I said.
I said, I'm gonna demod you because I don't want my house clipped.
No. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. I'll be honest, and you'll enjoy it more. I actually said that I wanted to exterminate every Muslim on Earth. I said if I had Thanos' gauntlet, if I had Thanos' gauntlet, I would snap my fingers and every Muslim would die.
I had to demod him because of that one.
Muhammad, it's because Muhammad is a pedophile.
Shut up, Rich. I'm going to tell you a secret.
What's up,
even the mod can kick another mod. All you need is just to drop them to the audience and then you kick them. Stop with your bullshit excuses.
It's not that, Chucky. It's like when there's two people having guns, they think twice before putting somebody in the audience because once they come back up, they're gonna go back into the audience, the other person. So they think twice before actually putting the other person to the audience. It actually counterbalances.
Make your friend grow up.
Doesn't it actually work?
Kindergarten, please.
Listen, when there's one person with a gun, he's thinking
Give the kids in kindergarten guns. We do it in Israel.
Well, yeah, when there's two kids with guns, why am I saying two kids with guns? When there's two people with guns, they play peacefully.
Rafi, what are you talking about in Gaza? We give the kindergarten gun. We let them shoot each other. They're monsters.
I wish that would happen. I wish that would happen.
They would kill each other.
Much less Muslims in the world.
Why does that matter? Because Muhammad is a
pedophile.
It's like getting your dad to sing like the lullaby at nighttime before you go to sleep every night.
I don't know, my dad never sang to me. And because of my voice, I never sing to my kids.
Alright, favorite of all time. I know Brent's gonna get something.
Your voice is not.
I'm gonna start we're gonna get this conversation started. I'm always good at this, Rafi. I know Brent's gonna say something from the 19. Brent's gonna say something from the 1950s.
Shuggy has one of those voices that he basically is only good around the campfire and a flashlight to his face, kind of, telling a scary story. That's the type of voice.
Alright, so Brent's gonna say something from the 1950s or 60s. Rafi's gonna say something from the former Soviet Union. Marshall's gonna say something that's from Mexico or southern Texas. But my question is, and I don't know what the fuck that is, but what's your all's childhood favorite theme song? Because mine would be the Ninja Turtles or the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Gilligan's Island.
Oh, that makes sense. You're on an island. Alright, go ahead, Rafi. Something in fucking some Russian shit. We have,
Chubarashka.
What was the one with the bear? The bear and the...
No, Chubarashka. So you see me as the character? That's an actual cartoon from Russia. It's called Chubarashka. It's like a monkey with big ears.
But what was the one in the U.S. on Hanna-Barbera where it was the big tall guy?
Masha and the Bear.
No. I'm talking like 60s, 70s. And they were like evil duo. Like one was really tiny.
Pinky and the Brain.
No, 50s or 60s or 70s.
I don't know.
Turns out Russian cartoons had an alligator that constantly smoked cigarettes. I don't know if there was ever a cartoon in the U.S. that had an alligator or any other cartoon character that would walk around with a cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah, I don't
at
think
all
so.
times.
Yeah, but we're talking theme songs. What's the best theme song? The one that, like, when you hear it, it brings back childhood memories. Mine, like I said, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
What's the theme song about that reminds you?
Like the opening intro song for a cartoon or TV show that you loved, that was like your favorite song.
The Simpsons.
The Simpsons theme song.
The Simpsons.
It like makes you like feel like a kid again, yeah.
South Park Simpsons.
I got my oldest son really big into Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the original Transformers.
Well, Power Rangers, you can take him to an intersection in New York and meet an BHI. They look like Power Rangers.
All right, Marshall, what's your favorite one? Or Brad already said Gilligan Gonzalez. So, Shuki, what was your Israeli one?
Popeye.
Which one?
Popeye.
Popeye the Sailor.
Popeye the
That wasn't Israeli.
No, I know, but I was expecting an Israeli one. Alright, Bryn, what do you got from the 70s?
Was Bryn the 70s baby?
I think Bryn's 70s baby.
Charlie's Angels.
Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, I'm the wrong one for this. You have to remember when I was a child, midway through my childhood, Israel got television networks. So prior to that, we literally had to like pirate it from the Lebanese TV.
Okay, and when you were pirating it, or you got the first TV, what was the first, like your favorite show that you watched?
I wanted to say, Brent, were you like in the middle of your childhood TVs were just invented? Is that what you wanted? That's where I thought you were going with this.
Why, Brent, in your family, they didn't watch the Arab movie every Friday night?
Yeah, it was a...
We did not watch movies. I grew up in a very rural northern Israeli village near the border. We did not have a whole lot of technology in the 1960s. By the time you roll into the 1970s, we had a TV, but my parents were rather not inclined.
Alright, I know Capri and Jay have one. Come on, Capri and Jay.
I don't really have a favorite anything.
You don't have like Care Bear theme song or Rattle Rock something?
No, the one.
The only thing she does is listens to my voicemail.
Hold on, Rafi, she was gonna say the one.
It's very soothing.
No, the only one theme song that stood out to me, like that I could remember, is Arthur.
Yeah, like if you've seen it today, you'd be like, "Oh my God, that's Arthur's theme song."
Powerpuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't go so. I don't even remember the Powerpuff Girls, but
What do you
I wouldn't go.
Powerpuff as a Powerpuff Girl?
Oh my God.
They are the same person.
I wouldn't go so far as to say like, oh, like it makes me feel nostalgic, but it's one that I remember because it was catchy.
Autistic women, man, no like emotions. Come on, Jay, how about you?
I have a movie that I think that...
Charlie's Angels?
No. That made me stay away from drugs.
It made him stay away from drugs. What was it, Chucky?
Okay, so
Midnight Express.
you guys want to hear something interesting? So I'm with my neighbor. I'm with some of my neighbors. I'm at my mom's house, and her neighbor is this guy that I keep seeing at these clubs that I keep going to, and he's always with random broads. And I just found out he has a wife. He just came out with her. And like he's out every fucking weekend. Like I'm out every weekend, he's out every fucking weekend.
Okay, Rafi. So we don't make the same stupid life choices, right?
No, he's my inspiration now.
Wait, William, why did you say
that there's still hope for me?
William, why did you say...
I tell you, there's still hope for me. I'm telling you, this is...
William, why did you rate Podio? Is that like the My Little Ponies? Because, you know, like, My Little Ponies for adult men is like slang. They call themselves brownies.
Where's Brett?
They're chomos.
I just had to explain to Brett, like, half an hour ago, what Hakuna Matata meant. because he had no idea, never heard of it.
Capri, what the fuck?
And he kept saying Hakuna Matata.
Yes,
Hakuna Matata.
it just sounds different in Australian. He knows what it means. You just
No,
have
he's never seen the movie before.
No, he watched the Australian version of Lion King. It was Kangaroo King, but like they made a little different noises.
I didn't know what it meant. I had no idea.
And I kept saying to him, it means no worries. He's like, yeah, but what does it mean? I'm like, it means no worries. He's like, okay, I'll look it up.
It's like Swahili or something. Darren, I have a question. Were you like Gundams, or were you the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in Japanese?
Oh, I was the original. You didn't ask me, but I was the original Mighty Morphin.
I said, what was yours, Marshall? I said, I'm guessing yours was something in Mexico or southern Texas.
No, Power Rangers, actually. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
God, it was so amazing.
Was there a Mexican Power Ranger?
They were called Lucha Libre.
I think the main character guy, the red one, was Italian or Latin or something.
I don't know. I just remember them as a little kid. Like, I remember watching, Steve Urkel as a small kid. I'll tell you all an embarrassing story from my mother. I was probably 4 or 5, and Pan Am, the university down here, had a really good basketball program. And there are basically no black people here, and so there's a black guy that walked in front of me as a small child. And I pointed at the black guy, and I yelled at my mother, "Look, Mommy, it's Steve Urkel." And apparently that just, like, embarrassed the ever-living shit out of her.
I mean, with a reason.
Yeah, of course with a reason. Like, that's embarrassing.
Okay,
If I had a kid and the kid said that, I would be embarrassed, too.
So I was living in Texas, okay, when I was younger, like 4 or 5 years old. And my brother in a Walmart walked up to this man who had a huge, he was a big guy, and went up to him, touched his stomach, and goes, and looks at my mom and goes, "Look, Mommy, he has a baby inside of him."
I have to say, Capri, you didn't know who Sam Neill was the other day.
No, I don't know who that is, but I think he's not from my time, though.
What are you talking about? Jurassic Park?
I never saw Jurassic Park.
Capri, you want to hear something fucked up?
What?
So, my ex, the fiance that you know of.
Yeah.
So when she was small, her mom told me a story. So when they moved to the apartment building with her, a black person came into the elevator with her, and she like out loud asked, "Is this man dirty?"
Oh no.
Because like her mom was saying how she needs to go take a shower and stuff, so she like basically to a black man like asking her mom, "Is this man dirty?"
I was a stereotypical little autistic kid. I was in IGA flicks up in Florence, Kentucky, and I walked up to a fat lady and I was like, "Why are you fat?" And my dad's like, "What?" He's like, "Shut up, dude." And I'm like, "Why are you fat now?" And my dad's like, "Seriously, stop." And she's like, I don't know. And for me, I didn't realize it was bad to ask that.
Because you're autistic, that's why.
Yeah, I know.
So I was 11 when we took our first trip to America, and that was the first time I'd ever seen a Chinese person. And dude, if you grow up in the Middle East and you have never seen a Chinese person, they're fucking terrifying. Terrifying. I'm gonna tell you, I've never been so afraid of something in my life other than fucking Chinese people, because I didn't know faces came like that. I didn't know eyes came like that. It was fucking terrifying.
But Brian, let me ask you a question. Do you believe aliens, the way that they depict them, like, or like they make them to be, that the Chinese people are the closest things that look like aliens?
I've never heard that in my life.
Because if you look at their eyes, the way that they like draw aliens.
Robbie, are you just going off of eyes because they all?
Yeah.
So I have a question to the room. So
Chinese are aliens.
Okay, so I have a question, Liz. I know you're down in the audience. Just write in the chat. What's your favorite childhood theme song for a TV show or cartoon? Also, Bren, second question. What is the second most person that you hate, or the second person you hate the most? Would it be Buttercup or Almost? Because Buttercup's
Buttercup.
You need to talk about Buttercup.
Make Shuki a mod right now. Make Shuki a mod right now. Y'all look.
Hey,
Dude, Rafi, it's really, like, why are you letting him just talk to me?
No, we can't do it. It's still.
Make sure you mod. Make sure you do it again.
You're not telling
Guys, I have a question for Buttercup. Buttercup, did you dox me
Buttercup
for the
asking
whole
Buttercup a
entirety
question.
of...
Hold up, Rich. Shut up.
I'm not Buttercup. Did you dox me to the whole entirety of Amir's room?
I don't even know who you are.
She's the evil Buttercup.
I don't know what your name is. How would I dox you?
Takia.
I actually somehow kind of.
Why do you ask that, Capri?
What?
Silverstein,
Because all of a sudden they know my name, where I work, the city I live in, my parents' names look like it's all over Facebook. So
I don't know you.
if you talk to Yael,
I don't talk to Yael. I don't know her off the line of that.
and Sharmuta.
Why are you asking that?
Buttercup was running
I
around
asked
with
you a
all the house
question.
stands today.
I didn't accuse you. I
I
asked you a
actually
question.
tried to warn you about that.
She's very defensive,
We
Capri.
only had three
She's
people
extremely
to ring, though. It's embarrassing.
I'll tell you in DM, but I tried to warn you because I heard them talking when I was
Rachel Silverstein, Sharmuta, the cat.
Rachel Judenrat.
Judenrat.
Can you guys stop? It's really mean. I'm like a real person.
Judenrat, capo, piece of
You listen,
Buttercup.
Chicky, the Judenrat were, you know, she is worse than the Judenrat. The Judenrat were forced by the Nazis to do things.
This is the first time.
He's doing it willingly.
She's doing this voluntarily. This is much worse than the
So we gotta come
Judenrat.
up with a new name.
The capos
She's
were
an
forced.
actual Nazi.
Rafi, mod me. Rafi, I need a
She's
cream.
much worse than any
Hold on,
Judenrat.
guys. Buttercup, I honestly
Much
think
worse.
that all of this is coming from a place of like actual hurt that you cause your people. So
No, you have damaged the Israeli cause.
Randy,
Buttercup.
it does.
You have given aid and comfort to the enemy, and you should own it.
Look at Randy. Look at Randy speaking over Capri because he thought it was Buttercup talking.
I'm talking to you, Buttercup.
Randy, do not talk to my Aryan princess in that fucking manner.
Buttercup, let me be clear, I'm talking to you. You have given aid and comfort to the enemy, Buttercup.
Soon enough, Rafi's gonna mod her.
Just own it, Buttercup.
Rafi, this is why I don't come in your room. This is really abusive.
You were in here the other day screaming for Rafi to wake up to make you a moderator to kick in.
Hold up. Everybody, shut the fuck up. Okay? Another person interrupts or does a direct insult will be in the audience. Be
I
nice.
just came on and
I'm not insulting her. She needs to wake up.
Three
nice.
women in the kitchen are making more than sandwiches.
No, I said round 3, women in kitchens making sandwiches, or what else can they be doing? Vacuuming, or come on,
Mopping.
Oh, you're fucking great. This is like Family Feud right now. You're winning, Ellie. You're winning.
I just want to say though,
Yes.
someone weaponizing the word abuse, just because they're caught doing something wrong. Reminds me. Listen, I don't interrupt.
Yeah, you're a Judenrat.
Reminds me.
She is the Judenrat. She is worse than the Judenrat. Let's be
Reminds
clear.
me of the Palestinians. And
You
how
guys
they-
can't do that.
they
Rafi's trying to clout
weaponize-
chase off the Buttercup.
Are you guys all fucking retarded?
I didn't attack her. I attacked you.
Attack me.
Yeah, I did. I said you're clout chasing off the Buttercup.
I don't get your
Invert the words and its definitions. It's an inversion of
Go back
reality.
to the title. Let's play charades, guys. What can else women do except make sandwiches?
Talk to it.
Bake cake.
They're vessels for procreation. That's pretty much their purpose.
Yep. Cooking and cleaning too.
Ellie, I don't
Don't
think
forget
we've
that.
met, but that was a very hostile thing to say to me.
I really don't care. Please don't speak to me.
Her name.
You're not
Yeah.
the victim.
Hold on. Her name is Eli.
Guys.
Her name is Eli. Pronounce it correctly.
Guys. No, guys.
You know what's great about opinions?
I got you. Don't worry.
Is that they're exactly like assholes. Everyone has one.
Hold on. What about my asshole? I got a special one. Okay?
Yeah, like opinions. Everyone thinks theirs is special. Opinions are like assholes.
Mine's actually special. You've never seen my asshole before.
Thank
It's like
God. Thank God.
It's unique. Jay, that's similar to it, but not all the way there. I'm just saying. But, guys, can I know one thing? Why are the Jews still colonizing Israel?
What the fuck?
I mean, Palestine.
You can't colonize where you're indigenous.
Sit on my cactus, Rafi.
What about Palestine? I want to know why.
Yeah, but he's just trying to trigger Buttercup to like get his room started.
I know. She left.
You guys are you offended Buttercup, Rafi. Rafi, you're mean to Buttercup. Rafi, don't be so mean to Buttercup, Rafi. Don't be so mean to
You
Buttercup.
didn't mod her?
Well, fuck. Everybody's in a iffy here being all mean to my fucking future ex-wife.
She does seem like
Don't worry, there's
she does seem like the type of woman I would have been marrying. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. Me too.
You're so mean to Buttercup, Rafi. We're all
Why Pepe? Because she's pro-Islam.
He's a sweetheart.
No, she's just. There's something about her.
Yeah, I know. There's something about her.
Wait, I have a genuine question,
You like dumb
Rafi.
women?
Why is Glow in the audience and not on stage in a bar?
Her being dumb doesn't make her unique.
Glow is
So, I mean, what is it about her that you like? She's dumb and she
No,
lives
it's
on
just the
Israel?
feistiness. You can tell there's some passion there. It's like all of the recipes for something good and lots of bad. It's just that's just my opinion.
Whoever did that.
Yeah, make Glow look great again. Thank you.
Whoever did it beat me, congratulations. I was being slow, but yeah, I was doing it. But you guys beat me.
No, you weren't.
Do it.
Oh, is she gone already? What happened?
Yeah, she ran away.
Rafi offended her.
No.
Rafi threatened to kick everybody in the audience if we insulted her.
No, it was Randy. Randy was going in on her.
No, it was Randy.
No, and Shuki and me.
Correct. And I said, if one person insults my future ex-wife, will be in the audience.
Shuki was being nice. Don't misrepresent.
Yo, where are my car keys?
Yeah, you're offending Shuki, Rafi.
Don't offend Shuki. It's abuse.
Yeah, it's abuse. That's not acceptable, Rafi.
Kick me out. But nobody gonna shut Shuki's mouth.
I just need to keep Shuki in control.
But Bryn, the funny part was Rafi said he would kick anybody, and then Shuki immediately comes off mic and starts cussing around.
Me and Buttercup have a plan.
You shot him all dog.
That's your problem, not mine.
It's me and Buttercup's plan.
That's your problem, not mine.
Sweet, sweet Buttercup.
That's true, Shuki.
Yeah, and I told you, she doesn't know who the fuck you are. Many times, Capri.
Oh, she know.
Hi, baby.
Oh, she know.
I'm telling you, she does.
She's lying, Rafi. She's lying.
I mean, does she actually dox people though? I haven't heard her do that. I didn't hear her
That's
say
gonna be
anything
the
like,
same.
I don't give a shit, whatever you want.
Silverstein, the Sharmuta, the cunt.
Again,
She talks shy. She talks shy.
But no, the person who doxed her is the one that already has her information.
there's the lovely Buttercup. She's on the stage. Hail Buttercup.
They don't believe
Again, Silverstein, the Sharmuta, the cunt.
Hold on, Shuki, stop it. They don't believe you're
No,
my
no.
future ex-wife.
I'm your what?
You're gonna be my future
You are the Sharmuta, the cunt, Rachel Silverstein.
No, Buttercup's lovely.
No, I'm not.
Rafi, this is
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Sharmuta, cunt.
Hold on, guys, hold on. Buttercup, honestly, I think people would stop if you actually stopped trying to antagonize them every single.
Anybody. Why are you doxing?
Okay, I'm not.
She's
okay.
not antagonistic. She's crazy.
No,
She's
she,
a Hollywood
but she,
Muslim
yes, but
supporter.
she'll come in here, she gets modded, that's fine, and then she antagonizes the people.
Yeah, she's the Jew
No, I know,
that you
I know,
Guys, you guys know she has like an opposing viewpoint compared to most of
Yeah,
the group.
okay, but
And most people don't come onto these apps to have a conversation.
Pepe, I was fucking talking, Pepe.
Yeah, let Buttercup talk. Go ahead, Capri.
You'll come in, you get a mod, okay, and then you're abusive with the mod power, and also like.
It was a joke. Rafi thought it was funny.
No, but Buttercup, like, but no, but you see, it enrages people here. So,
people were laughing
but,
about it.
but Buttercup, okay, so people were laughing about it so much that they're now all attacking you, and you're wondering why. I'm
They're
trying
not
to.
why they're attacking me. It's because
Yes, it is. I'm trying to explain.
No, we're attacking her because she's a piece of shit.
Wait, I think I noticed a pattern of lacking accountability.
I think Buttercup is really sweet. You guys need to stop being.
Hey Pepe, so then go start your own room with Buttercup then. Like no problem.
Shuki's being nice, guys.
No, Rappy said that that's his future ex-wife, and you guys are disrespecting his state.
That's okay. That's his future
Pepe,
ex.
you're really annoying,
That's his
Pepe.
future ex, and it can be your present.
It's just
like you.
Yeah, Pepe doesn't actually want to fuck. Pepe doesn't want
Pepe,
to
I don't think your opinion actually matters because you flip flop much that I can't tell if you're like a fish out of water or not. It's like you're always flopping on what you say.
Everybody knows what I am. I am
Pepe doesn't even know
you're a fence sitter.
Yeah, he's the fucking magic card of
Pepe is when
Pokemon
he
in real life.
doesn't know who he is himself.
Yeah, you leave Pepe alone too. What the fuck is everybody going after?
No, we said he's the magic card from Pokemon in real life.
I'm not going after Pepe. I've always been honest with what I think about him.
I didn't
I
even
won't call you Pepe anymore. From now on, you're nothing but a pee-pee.
A pee-pee hermit.
You're just a pee-pee. Yellow and stinky.
The other day.
Pee-pee hermit.
I am the Grand Mufti of Arizona. That is what I am.
Yellow and stinky.
Pepe, you don't even know what you are.
Did you ever see Pee-pee
I
hermit?
told you, I'm the Grand Mufti of Arizona. That's what I am.
Yeah, you're confused.
And I told you what you are. You are pee-pee, yellow and stinky.
Yellow
I have a big old cactus.
He has jaundice. He has jaundice.
Stop.
Your skin is a weird color, Pepe.
Oh, it's Neftali, my favorite Michelin. Hello, Neftali.
King of the mesh slings.
Fuck you, Pepe.
Gay Michelin.
That's really rude, Pepe, okay?
Yeah, what?
No, Neftali and I do this back and forth all the time. He knows.
Yeah, he doesn't sound very happy about it.
No, he actually, the first thing he does when he comes on a stage, when I'm on a stage, is he talks shit to me. That's what it's not personal.
I know it's not
It's true. It's true.
I know Neftali. It's fine. I forgive Pepe for everything because Neftali needs a little fucking wake-up call. It's fine.
Oh, what, you're calling me too left now, Rafi?
Oh, fuck yeah.
See, Buttercut, I'm a leftist. I'm a leftist.
No, you're not. But you're a leftist. Like,
Stop
I
calling
don't know.
people names, Rafi.
It's not like leftist. It's like the October 7 leftist. I'm sorry to say.
What is
What's
that
on
mean?
October 7th?
That's a new
What does that
category.
mean?
What is
But
it?
isn't that what Buttercup is? Are you choking on a dick right now?
October 7th, October 7th, leftists in the same thing that thought that they can help them, and they came and they fucking slaughtered them.
Yeah, that would be Buttercup had she been there. Unfortunately.
How do the people in the Kumbut team are such good people? I mean, imagine you're like advocating for the Gazans, and then you offer yourself as a sacrifice.
I did not say that. I said your grandparents that died would be rolling in their graves. That's what I said. I didn't say that they should have died. No, I didn't. I never said that because my grandparents, well, not my
You're telling me I
grandparents.
should have died in October 7.
Hold on.
I didn't say that you should. I said you would have been one of those people advocating for the Palestinians, and you would have been the first one dead. That's what I said. I didn't say that you should die.
Rafi, put him down.
So all this animosity.
I don't give a fuck. But you are
Stop twisting. Buttercup, you need to stop twisting people's words. Shuki, hold on, Shuki. Buttercup, you need to stop twisting my words to make yourself sound like a victim, honestly.
Hold on. I don't know how we got back to Buttercup. But what's it called? Hold on, Buttercup, 1 second. Yeah, where was I going with this? October 7th victims, yes. And it wasn't directed towards you that you should have died, Buttercup. She meant, like, the way you speak
I would have
are
died.
the
I
same
would have been
fucking.
slaughtered. Got it.
Yes,
Oh,
because
that's
they
so
were.
nice.
They had the same. They had the.
You're such a sweetheart.
No, but the.
I didn't say I want you to die. I'm saying that you would have been one of those people who supports the Palestinians. Oh my God, no, I didn't, Buttercup. Honestly,
We don't want nobody.
Stop being manipulative,
Hold on.
It is. It's very manipulative.
Guys, hold on. We didn't want nobody to die on October 7th in general, even whatever their political views are. Don't get us wrong. But that was just a wake-up call.
They did kill all of those.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not enough for some people, you know?
No, it was enough. At one point, everybody was united. And now, again, the division is starting. It's very weird. Like, people have fish brains, I noticed.
Yeah, but Rafi, the person that you want and protect so much and you jokingly say that you're going to marry and whatever, it's exactly what you're describing.
You know what? I wish Buttercup to be his wife. That's what I feel she deserves.
The blasphemy! The Jewish women are running out of control on this room.
Have a great life.
The Yentas are going crazy.
You're just a bystander here.
Yo, Pepe, you're out of control. I'm sorry to say, but I love it.
Yeah, Pepe, honestly, like, you're tolerated in these rooms, but you're quite irrelevant, actually.
No, we love Pepe.
For your entertainment purposes, but that's it.
Pepe's my best. Hold on. Pepe's my best man at the wedding.
It's for your entertainment purpose only.
Brad is gonna inaugurate it. Is that what it's called?
Inaugurate? You're so stupid.
Not enough. What's the thing?
Officiate.
Officiate the wedding. Okay, we're halfway there. Who's gonna be the flower girl? Who wants to be the flower girl, guys?
I will be the flower girl.
I want to be the flower boy.
What are you volunteering me for?
A wedding between me and Buttercup.
I called it first. I want to be the flower girl.
I'm going to be the cactus
You
boy.
and I go to a spa day while Rafi marries the demon.
Listen,
Brent, can I come with you?
me and Buttercup are not the same. I am not a leftist, Rafi. Have me wrong.
As soon as you have that spitty out, you are worse than a left.
So, Brent, right when you left, Florida Man came in the room and we tried to hook you up because Florida Man has kissed a tranny, so he has kissed a man.
Yeah.
But I think he might be open to it.
Not hooking you up.
He's a Jewish police officer, and I think he lives in Florida or Texas.
He's not a police officer. He just got done doing jail time for like fucking 7 or 8 months.
Yeah, but he was a cop for a while.
Naftali Bennett is a great man, Shooky.
What do I wear to a Dead Mouse concert?
You see, you and him
A dead mouse. Yeah, because Pepe used to show himself in his full uniform sitting in his squad car when he first came on the app.
Yeah, he just got done doing time, so.
Yeah, he probably shot somebody or hurt somebody. Or got hooked.
Did I wear
Yeah, I've never been to a Dead Mouse concert, but I don't think the fans wear anything.
Yeah, they wear mouse ears on their head.
Really?
No, they come dressed as cats trying to catch the mice.
And Ellie is gonna dress as a.
Ellie, you gotta dress as one big pussy.
Is Dead Mouse a Canadian or is he? I feel like he grew up near the border.
But yeah, so he's half and half. He's
Legal. Ice is gonna come in the middle of the show.
I went to one of his first shows, actually.
Yeah, he's like not even relevant anymore. I don't feel.
He's pretty like he's still got.
He's dead.
When it comes to EDM, he still has a lot of sway and pull when it comes to influence.
Oh, Brand, did you see the back channel I sent you?
Probably not. Let me look at it.
Who's relevant when it comes to EDM if he's dead?
Rafi, you're a married man. You shouldn't be saying that on stage.
Dead Mouse was one of the last like headliners that would consistently, I mean, for years and years and years, but now today it's just a bunch of transient people that they hit the charts just a little bit and then they just
we've been called
never heard of again.
That's not really true.
Yes, you keep.
Who's big? I'm curious.
I said you.
Where you have Rufus,
No items that you might like.
Okay, I'll check. Well, I've been listening to Fred again, but that's more like jungle.
Yeah, but that's also old.
Yeah, Fred again is
You're very old.
Yeah, and he's also kind of, I don't know how to put it, he pops in and out, but I would say Dead Mouse was definitely one of the last, like, consistent headliners that stayed relevant and had a big influence on other.
I saw Tiesto a couple of years ago.
Well, Tiesto's way older than him. So like
I
Tiesto,
don't really know
Armin
what's
Van
relevant anymore. Like, I don't know. I don't follow.
Who died again of an overdose?
Oh, Avicii?
Yeah, Avicii.
Avicii, I thought he died like over a decade ago.
Yeah, he did.
We're talking
I just
about,
forgot
like,
about it.
we're talking about, like, the legends, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of
weird because it just like kind of today it seems like you get people that are relevant for a year or so maybe, and then they just kind of they're just replaced.
Well,
quickly.
that's because everything is about trends and like TikTok and everything like that. Like,
What about Diplo? Diplo is always in.
That's what I was just about to bring.
he does that
That's what I
run.
was just about to bring up is if you look up. So I remember listening to Future, you know, the rapper, like way fucking back when, and I was like, I wonder when his first album. It was like 2004. Dude's been rapping for like 22 years or something. Same thing with like Lil Wayne. It was like 1999 or 2000 or something.
Yeah, but he went
These guys-
off on a big break, and now he's just made a comeback.
Yeah, like Future, Lil Wayne, 2 Chainz, like all these guys they're still relevant today, but at the same time they're doing it for like 20 plus
Yeah,
years.
hip hop is. I don't want to be mean, but it's sucked for a while now. Like literally the amount of musical talent. It's. I can't. They call it implied chords. They don't even use chords. They do all of this weird, stupid shit, and it's. They went into the mumble rapping like well over a decade ago, and it's a bunch of fucking trash. Like they. And I know every generation will
It's
kind
called
of
emo rap. It's called what you call mumble rapping is emo rap.
So
I understood the lyrics to was probably like the Dre album when he came out with Still Dre. That was the last album. I understood lyrics. Now I don't understand one word they're saying.
You know who started emo rap? Kid Cudi.
Bro, it's like my nephew's like 18 he's 18, and he's like, oh my god, bro, you know who Future is? And I'm like, dude, he's been around 3 years before you like even fucking existed.
Well, basically like hip hop music became more of like a, especially with the social media, it became more of a who can up who like in terms of showmanship. Like I'm a gangster. Look at what I got. It's who can have like the most legit street cred. All of this stupid.
But there's another genre is SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah, but that's also like highly correlated with emo rap. And I'm not somebody who listens to any of this rap shit.
Is there like a backpack? Is it called backpack rap? Is that something similar too? I mean, is that a term?
So who?
I might have made that one up.
Probably. Who would you guys think is probably like the oldest, still relevant like artist or rapper?
Drake.
Eminem.
Run DMC.
Well, Drake, how old is Drake?
Snoop Dogg or
Is he
something?
like is he in his 30s?
You think Snoop is still relevant?
But Eminem is still rapping.
Like culturally, and he's came out with a couple songs, but
Yeah, I think
he's
Drake
got, like,
was.
an album.
I think Drake was kind of like the downfall of rap. I saw him as a incredibly talentless person, at least in comparison to the people who came before him, but there was this huge industry push for him. And
It's Jimmy in a wheelchair.
Because he's half Jewish.
Do you hear me, guys? Because I think Eminem still raps, and he just came out with some new stuff.
yeah, he's a geezer. He needs to put his cane down.
No.
Yeah, but you asked a question about who's still like the.
I don't think
What
he
about
is.
Dre?
There is.
I don't know if
there
Dre's
is
still
like
coming out with stuff.
there is like bowing out gracefully. Like Madonna, she's actually doing okay on the charts, but it's like, okay, look, bitch.
What do you mean? She looks like an old lady.
Yeah, she does.
But
she did just have a few EDM releases that actually started to do pretty well recently within the last month. Now, in the 80s, she was all the rage. She was young, attractive. She could move well because, that's what happens when you're in your 20s and 30s. Now she's this old woman trying to contort her body in ways like she used to, but she's a grandma, you know, and it's kind of fucking embarrassing. Like it's.
Yeah, but you know what? It's nostalgic for the people that used to listen to her, like when she was. It's like the Backstreet Boys, like they move like they all have back problems and arthritis, but it is nostalgic, and I enjoy going to see them.
They're 20 years younger than Madonna.
Yeah,
Just
I
to
know.
give you some perspective. Madonna's like 68, right?
Yeah, Madonna's too old to be doing this shit. Like even Cher, she had a run up until what, her late 50s or 60s back in.
Yeah, Believe was in her 90s. Yeah.
And you know, I'll say this, at least she had. This is before
she aged more gracefully though than Madonna.
Yeah, she's also got like way darker skins, which usually means they're less prone to wrinkles. But I would say that she's somebody that also had like Madonna as well. She had natural talent when it comes to being able to sing. I'm not saying like they're great vocalists, but you know they definitely have a talent.
Performer.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
She's everything. I mean, Madonna ended up being everything, including an actress. Not a great one, but she did do movies.
But she could sing. Okay, she was a better vocalist than most people could be. Does that make her amongst one of the like standout great vocalists? No. Like, could she be Celine Dion? No, none whatsoever. We're not going to compare the two. But
what I would say that the standard is, if you can headline the Super Bowl, then you're a superstar. And she could have either she did or she could headline the Super Bowl, in my opinion. I don't think Celine could headline the Super Bowl.
No, but she's. That's the thing, though. Is it's like what makes a great performer. So Michael Jackson, for example, would hit all of the boxes. He can sing, he can dance. He did all of the shit to put on a really good show.
He acted too.
Yes, but was he the best at any one of those things? No, but he was very good at least all of those things.
He's certainly the best dancer.
Very good. Yeah, dancing is probably where he was.
The Thriller album was the biggest album of the decade, if not more. When Thriller came out, it was the biggest selling album of all time. So yeah, there was a moment when he was literally the biggest singer out there. Full stop.
Yeah, I mean,
the songs may not have been. His behavior didn't help him, but they were meant with Thriller that he was the biggest artist on the planet.
But the problem with music though is it's all gone to shit for a number of reasons.
Yeah, but that doesn't take away from Thriller.
No. He's incredibly talented. You would have to be talented in all of the areas he was talented in order to create the hits that he created. But I mean, today, if you even look at like what happened to rock bands, it was more of a commercially like the record labels. First of all, bands are notoriously difficult to fucking manage, and they want to break up. They want to do all of the shit that a group of people want to do, and so they just started going with solo artists, and then they come up with these fucking formulas, and it starts to sound like rather robotic, and it's soulless, I guess you can say, and like music is really just like sucked fucking dick. Like I don't think it's a nostalgia to look back at whether it's the 2000s, the 90s, the 80s, every decade going back to the 50s even, and say like there was something way fucking different about these people. Today, it like the music is so fucking flat and boring, and it sucks.
Yes, you could understand the fucking actual words and lyrics. I don't understand words and lyrics of the new rap songs. Seriously.
Rafi, it's amazing that you understand English. You don't speak it properly.
That was uncalled for. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
Randy, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings.
So like Rafi
didn't hurt my feelings, but that was just uncalled for.
Rafi, when I came on here, we like the rooms I used to do, a lot of black people were were coming into my room.
Here we go.
He's talking about rap music. So much slang, I did not understand them because it like. Do you know what speaking in code is? For example, that was one that I did not understand. Why are you speaking in code?
You mean like Yiddish?
Or stay on code. Actually, stay on code was how they would put it. No, it's not Yiddish. No, it's like black. This is like African American. Stay on code. It's derived from pimp culture, but what it essentially means is that if you have an outsider, don't show your cards. Keep it private. So you're speaking to a white man, therefore stay on code, sister. Like you don't entertain them with certain things. And that's what a pimp would do. This is where it comes. This is where the language comes from. Is like stay on code. In other words, watch what you say to outsiders, outside of me, the pimp, and my hoes. It's very lovely, but they're just like terms like no cap. Like what the fuck does that mean?
You know what it means.
I know what it means.
Don't be
no lie. But I mean, there is a lot of slang that you're gonna hear it, and you're just gonna be like, "What? I don't know how to comprehend that." And
now you're fronting.
Exactly. And so, no, I actually was on Clubhouse. I actually learned a lot of their slang quite a bit.
Listen, Pepe, I'll give you your props, okay?
But
you got mad respect. Bad people skills.
Some mad. And that's the thing. It's just like I didn't have exposure to it, and like anybody could. But I do remember a friend that lives in Atlanta. He's white, but he could understand it. Like I remember watching a video from Atlanta. Can you comprehend what they're saying? I don't understand it.
It's called Ebonics, so I speak it very well.
Yo, guys, I have to change the title. The room title is "White People Teaching Black History."
No, I'm teaching Ebonics. I'll teach you some Ebonics.
What the fuck is Ebonics?
You know what Ebonics is. You take the word business.
Hold on. I swear to God, I don't know what the fuck Ebonics means.
Okay, it's black slang. Take the word business. There's three words.
The white man to know the black.
So it's basically now they call it African American Vernacular English.
No, it's Ebonics. But listen, there's three ways to say the word business. Okay?
Business?
No, bidne, where you put a D in it. Bidne.
Is it because they have a gap between their teeth?
And then another way to say it is binne. B-I-N-I is another pronunciation of business. Those are two. Bidne and binne.
Do you know what bussin' means?
I'm gonna be busting on that fool. Like in other words,
or like it's bussin'.
You better bust a move.
You're taking
No,
bus.
it's not bust a move. No.
So when you say bussin', so I'm gonna be. This goes back
like
to the 90s.
I think it replaces like it's fire or like.
You mean like busting?
No, bussin'.
Bussin' was used though even in the 90s.
Somebody gave me a thumbs down, so maybe they.
So okay, like in the 90s, it would mean it like this is something that would be said like even here in Phoenix. You're like, I'm gonna be busting on that fool. I'm using more 90s slang.
Busting is when something's really good.
Yeah, like it's fire, no?
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just telling you how it used to be how it used to be used.
Yeah, we used to call that dope.
Here's how it used to be.
That's dope. It's fly. It's dope fly.
Fly and
Your fly is like 1990.
Yeah, that's really 90s.
All right. Fresh.
1990.
Wow. Yo, chill.
You're the bomb.com.
Yeah.
I have to change it.
All right. What about Ebonics for money? Like, what do you understand? Papers. What else?
Cha-ching. They're going to be just making noises now. They're not even using words. They're making noises. Cha-ching.
It's true, Ellie. Stuff. But I don't know. That's old already.
Coin. Did they use coin?
What about bands? Band for band.
Band. It's like is that a band a stack?
How about, okay, you know, good one.
This must be so funny.
Type shit.
We're so white.
How about for women? Like, the what are some terms for women? Like, well, obviously, bitch never goes out of style, but also shorty.
Shorty's like 1990s.
No, they still say, you can still say shorty.
Yeah, shorty. Shorty, go buy me a 40.
They use like they started to adopt like Spanish slang terms like in the 90s, like mammy or mommy.
Mammy.
I said mammy. Mommy.
It's like when Brett tries to say a meme. It's a meme.
Well, one from the 9s that I love is represented. Like,
Not picking on Brett. Rafi, why are the men so sensitive on this app?
representing, you know, that came from like the music business, like, you know, you know.
I can't hear you.
Even the Beastie Boys, these Jewish white boys, would say they represent, what is it? I forget their name of their MCA in their lyrics. They would use that term.
Right. Well, MCA was one of the rappers. He was one of the guys.
Oh, there you go. He's one of the guys.
No, he was. You know, he was one of the 3 rappers. He was. You know, that was Adam Hurwitz was MCA. No, Adam Yauch was MCA. Yeah.
I mean, they rebellious little shits. I mean, singing songs about drinking the booze, doing angel dust.
Dude, they made a lot of money.
Yeah, they did, right? Yeah, obviously.
They're worth about $25 million each, at least. Yeah. Yeah. Well, ill was a big word for them. License to ill, ill communication. That was a big word for them.
Going back to Brooklyn, I forget.
Yeah.
Brass Monkey. I can think of some of their songs.
Right.
You know what's funny though is if you want to get a room, because look, there's a small schism on this app that is Jewish, and then you have the Persians, which have kind of like come into the same spaces as us.
Iranians.
I say Persians. I don't.
We're not
tell
all
me how to speak
Persians.
English.
It's dumb.
Yeah, I don't care.
You know, it's another one. I don't fuck with that. Like, you know, I don't fuck with Persians. I don't fuck with that. That's cool.
I don't fuck with that. I don't be down with that.
No, but that was fuck with. You know, I ain't fucking with that, man.
But I would say so. But
you want some of that Persian shit?
Type shit.
On the English-speaking side of the app, though, the black versus non-black, or the black versus white stuff is way more.
What about Cap?
Yeah, the cap is big. Listen, the biggest change in Ebonics from when I was a kid is the use of the N-word. I mean, when I was a kid, nobody used the N-word. Today, it's, I mean, if you're black and you don't use the N-word, are you really black? Because it's like, it seems to be required to use it.
In the 90s, it was weird because you had like the hood rats that would use it, but then you had, I guess you could say the more well-behaved black kids did not use it.
Are you talking about the soft A or the soft hard R?
The soft A.
The soft A, got it.
Did you miss me? I'm back.
We did miss you. We missed you.
We're doing Ebonics right now.
No, I missed.
Yeah, but I don't think that these are Ebonics. Like, I think it's just younger kid generation that uses.
No, it's not. It's actually.
Ow. Remind the females why they have mods.
What?
What do you do? Well,
It's to control you, Rafi.
No, it's not. It's not. It's a much more primal instinct. You guys have courage. That's about it.
It's the tits, okay?
Exactly. There you go. I love you all. You're the best.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you hearts. Hold on.
But if you look at
I sent you some kisses too. Hold on. Do we have kisses? We have no kisses to send though. We're gonna send her some fire. We're gonna keep her nice and warm.
But if you look at Ebonics, so like the Scots-Irish had, for example, a lot of words. Like you can look at ask, and some black people will say axe,
Yeah.
And that actually came from the Scots-Irish. So basically, these were like people from the hills. That they were herders. They were kind of problematic and somewhat violent and had their own issues. But they came from the modern day UK, and they were pushed by the WASPs basically out into Appalachia for a reason. They thought they were, inferior trash.
They were
for lack of a better word.
They were Scottish people before their education revolution or whatever.
Yeah, well, the Scots-Irish, so like the Ulster Scots, they were a little bit different, but they would use a type of English vernacular that, in all reality, that is where black people got it from. And so a lot of for example, the ain't, I don't do nothing, like that kind of shit that we consider...
The double negative.
Yes, that does come from the Ulster Scots, and that is something that did... There's a reason why, there's a slight twist on the accents, but if you were to look at like redneck, or I should say hillbillies, versus what we would consider people speaking Ebonics, it's rather very similar grammatically. This exact same errors, the exact same usage of words. Of course, it's evolved since a few hundred years ago, but yeah, it was kind of taught to them. So I don't. I'm just trying to be fair here.
Cap.
All cap.
Right. Do you hear what Trump said today?
What did he say?
To get real bad.
What?
So Trump, where is it? New U.S. strikes hammer Iran military sites after Trump warns it's about to get really bad. In quotes. So yeah.
I mean,
they were like hitting them for like 7 hours straight, apparently.
The thing about Trump is that.
Yeah, I know.
My opinion.
We can't take it serious, but still.
But it's just like the original sin was just like, look, I don't for Iran or the IRGC. Like good riddance, get rid of them. But just us attacking them, if you don't have if you're not. Well, the U.S. has the teeth, I guess you could say, per se. But if you're not capable of using your teeth, why would you attack Iran the way you did? It's not... they obviously called their bluff. I think they're more than aware that, the U.S., at least when it comes to things, they're not... It's an incredibly unpopular war. They're not willing to allow their men and women to go there to fight the war for them. Any of our allies, they're not going to send their sons and daughters. And so, what do we do at this point?
Well, actually, the tune is changing with the allies, if you haven't noticed. So after this, there's even a post I posted.
Right,
Mark,
you're
for
gonna
example.
piss them off. You're gonna just say nothing. Just let them be. Like,
No,
you're gonna all the good.
Yeah, the tune has changed.
They don't get mad at you. They get mad at us.
No, it's not about you. Hold on. The tune is actually changing with the allies because when they restarted hitting them, Mark Carney, a Canadian Prime Minister, which says he fully supports the new strikes on Iran. Before he didn't support it, he came out openly. This was huge. That now somebody that was always against it, they would say, "Oh, all your partners are against us." No, he supports it. And the UK this week has fully designated the IRGC as a terrorist organization. So now it's happening in Europe as well.
Who cares what the Canadian Prime Minister thinks?
It's not that. It's the support of the people. When people are gonna see that, okay, again, before getting into
Arnie's a fucking joke.
he's a clown. I agree with you. Again, a clown like him told the American people like Pepe, oh, the partners aren't with you, this, that, you guys are on your own, you guys have no more allies because of this shit. It fell for him.
He's shit talking Israel every single day for doing the exact same
but
shit.
he follows the news, right? The shit talk Israel, he follows the news. But now the news are fucking kind of going the different direction, which is very surprising. It's a good thing. Because they're slowly gonna re-indoctrinate the support should be there. Now the Europeans are supporting. Now the Canadians are scancing. Nobody supports this war. And America's gonna look stupid.
Well, I would say this. The thing is, though, is that almost all of us, in the West, do not support the IRGC. We understand they're terrorists. They're bad. They mistreat their own people. There's literally nothing positive I can say about them. I mean, they completely belong in the basket of bad people. And so,
threatening to kill the president, threatening to kill all these people. Doesn't matter to Pepe.
Good people.
They're good people.
So, but the reality is, though, is that our Westerners, and this is, once again, you're trying to say, like, oh, this is Pepe's belief, this is how he personally feels. No, I'm telling you about the popular opinions of the people. They're not on board with sending their sons and daughters to war.
Pepe.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, Pepe, when you sign up, Pepe, when you sign up to be in the army, you sign up to get for the possibility of getting deployed for war. So you don't get to pick and choose where you want your kids to go. Unfortunately, that was choice. Nobody made them sign up to be in the army.
Yeah, you're doing the military protect the people, not the people protecting the military. It's very weird how it all surrounded the West. That the people are trying to protect the military instead of the military protecting the people. How the fuck you guys are working everything backwards lately in America? It's becoming funny.
I'm really tired of Americans bitching about going to war. Every generation of my family, from the very fucking beginning, and I am not exaggerating, before this place was a country, went to fucking war.
Yeah, exactly. Do you think Israel is happy that their kids are going to war?
But it makes the men. It makes the men at the end of the day.
Well, it makes you keep a country.
Exactly. And they're all upset about, threatening President Trump's life. Okay, but like nobody looks at like all of the lives that were lost and taken on October 7th.
Come on, forget about October 7th.
So it's okay. Hold on, it's okay to start a war because of a threat on somebody's life. But when actually lives were taken, you shouldn't start a war for it.
First of all, you're wrong. Because I don't. If I'm not a Jew and I'm not connected to Israel, I shouldn't give a fuck about October 7th.
Exactly.
It's alright. Yeah, stop using October 7th.
Rafi, but you're not listening to what I'm saying. Is people are judging Israel.
No,
shut up. Let me finish. Let me finish a fucking sentence, and then you can reply, Rafi.
Okay, go.
don't want to fight Israel.
Shut up, or else I'm literally gonna move you into the audience if you don't know how to mute.
None of this shit.
Okay. I'm gonna finish a sentence and then you
come on, Rafi. I never move mods.
You literally don't know how to shut up and let somebody finish a sentence before you jump on them.
I understand, but you never fucking move another mod into the audience. Anyways, finish up.
Whatever.
No, but finish up. But I'm sorry to say.
No, Rafi, let me finish my sentence before you jump to conclusions and you make it all about you and October 7th. What I'm saying is that it's okay for the U.S. to engage in war because they're upset about the threat that was made on Trump's life. Meanwhile, they're judging us at the same time for starting a war in Gaza because our citizens were murdered. There's a difference between a threat and actually action.
But hold on, that's a war between Israel and Gaza. The Iran war is right
now. But it's a double standard.
No, hold on. The Iran war is deemed to be a war as an Israel war. I'm sorry to say, he is correct.
That's crazy, Rafi.
Why is it?
Hold on.
If they threaten to kill the president, why is that Israel's fault?
They killed 200. They killed 200 American soldiers, Rafi.
I understand. They killed 200.
So what the fuck?
Guys, hold on. Again, guys, mute up. She spoke. She was muted. Now let me speak. Put your little Jew cards aside. Forget that you're a Jew fucking
I'm
thing,
just
Rafi.
drawing a parallel of a double
Okay,
standard.
I understand. They can double standard with 9/11 that it's the same ideology of Islam that wants the West destroyed. That's all you need to say.
I'm not understanding.
But they don't need to know about fucking October 7th. They don't give a fuck about October 7th. Right now, the Iran war, I'm sorry to say, for the Persians, and also put the Persian card aside, the Iranians, I'm sorry to say, let's put it aside. And in their eyes, Iran was never really a threat directly to Persia. It might have been a direct threat to its dawn. It might have been a threat to its proxies, like Israel, that they pay for defense. Well,
You're actually crazy. And the fact that people in America are crying because people have to go fight a war, that was their own shit, their own decision to sign up to serve the army.
That's a different topic, Capri. That's a different topic. We can argue that separately. That I'm telling you that the people now, the population, instead of the military protecting the mass population is protecting the military. That's what I said, which is very weird.
Wait, are you saying this is a Jew war, Rafi? Is that what you're saying now? This Iran was a Jew war. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
It's whether it's America or not.
Most Americans, Brad, again, put your Jew card away and put your Iranian card away. Again, don't tell me what the fuck.
I didn't call you what the fuck. I said
I don't mean it like that. I don't mean that you're going. I mean, like, don't be surprised. I mean, don't say what the fuck like you're surprised.
No, I'm surprised by what you're saying, Rafi. I really am.
I'm telling you that again. You want me to lie to you and tell people, oh, this is not the way it is? No, this is how Americans are thinking. It's not.
This is a country that constantly threatens America, threatens to destroy America. I don't understand.
So what? You lost your identity. You lost your identity. North Korea is a threat to America, but you don't see America invading North Korea. Why?
Wait, Rafi, if I threaten your kids, are you going to wait until I take action? Are you going to wait till I take action?
Because they're afraid to, and it's not in their best interest to.
North Korea, trust me, threatened the U.S. And
when does North Korea threaten the U.S.? When?
North Korea threatened the U.S.
They've been threatening us for decades. Look, here's the thing: is it like as an outsider?
You're not attacking North Korea. Why aren't you attacking North Korea?
Because North Korea has taken zero action. What have they done?
No, because North Korea has all of their artillery. North Korea has.
Exactly, you're afraid to. That's why.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with that.
What has Iran done directly to America except attack its proxies in the region of the Middle East?
What the fuck, man? They killed 250 soldiers or whatever it was in Lebanon and claimed responsibility, and America did nothing about it, Rafi.
Okay, sure, but we can. I don't want to get into other sensitive talks.
America should have done something before, not fucking 6-10 years down.
What do you want to wait for? What do you want?
Okay, here's what you don't get, and you see the right wingers have been turning on Israel, not because of what's happened, what you guys are doing to the Gazans, not because of any of this shit. Okay, what we see, and this is literally where I have been.
Can you talk without yelling ever, Pepe, please? Like,
sure,
honestly,
please. Okay, can you not interrupt?
Yeah, but my ears are bleeding.
Okay, can you not interrupt, and then I can talk.
You are allowed the ear.
Okay, so where people like me turned very skeptical of Israel is that we do see this as like, hey, we have an enemy. Oh, by the way, Iran is the biggest threat to Israel. It has been. We all
and to America.
And they're not our biggest threat. China and Russia are much bigger threats. I mean, literally. But when it comes to us saying like, well, no, we're not really.
You're trying to justify something as an average American that has no connection to the land of Israel.
Exactly. That's why I'm trying to make this point.
To this Judaism tribe that we all stick to. Okay? They believe, again, what they believe. Don't tell me what the fuck. I'm telling you the actual facts, what's happening in America.
Like, what the fuck?
But Americans believe this is a war for Israel. Because especially how the media portrays it, on top of it, because as soon as Trump comes in, they always say, oh, he's licking fucking Bibi's ass, he's licking Bibi's balls, he's Bibi's puppet, right away. And you know it's true, and Americans are eating this, sadly to say, and you're not gonna change people's minds on Clubhouse to think otherwise, because you're sitting here with fucking 6, 7 fucking Jews. They're saying, no, it's a war for everybody. They don't see it, it's a war for them.
Yeah, but Rafi, maybe you don't see it the same way.
American citizens,
You don't see it the same way as us because you didn't grow up with a connection to Judaism and Israel.
That's why I said put your Jew card aside. That's why I said put your Jew card aside, put your Iranian card aside, and now as the average American.
No.
You just admitted you weren't.
Rafi is correct. Rafi is correct here because when
they have no connection to that land. Yes, they have no connection because the average American never felt. I'm sorry to say,
But they think that it's okay because their president was. Rafi, their president was threatened.
It doesn't matter. We're not going to go to war for that.
But Trump will send his people to war for that.
No, we're not going to. No.
Oh, okay, Pepe.
Again, every president does different actions. Every president attacks a different country, whatever they're interested.
They had some agreements until they decided to threaten him, and now there's no longer an agreement.
Just the timeline, how it all unfolded, because people were mad at what happened in Gaza, that they were getting indoctrinated, that average American, uneducated American, or educated American that has been pushed a fucking propaganda into their head, that the Jews are attacking the Gazans, so the hate for the Jews came, and then Trump comes into power, okay, and apparently out of nowhere Trump goes into war because their interests are aligned with Israel when there's already built up America for Israel that was under different administrations that wasn't stopped.
You're talking about a bunch of ignorant ignoramuses. You ask the average American where sole career is, they'll say it's in a state in America. They don't know shit from shit.
Okay, no, that's not true. That's not true.
That is fucking true. I've seen it.
So if you're telling me you saw a bunch of retards that were cut video clips on YouTube, whatever, and they showed you a bunch of retards of Americans,
they are
Americans. Okay, so if they are. Okay, so why do you expect them to be smart about this war if you just said you saw stupid people?
Can I say something?
You just contradict yourself.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go.
I think, generally speaking, preventative are not very popular, and I think that relates to what people are thinking in the US.
Yeah, we should wait until they blow us the fuck up, and then we should do it.
What happens?
You don't understand. We have over 20 years of experience in the global war on terror that absolutely helped nothing. If you want to ask why we are hesitant to get involved in Middle Eastern wars, it literally has to do with our recent experience.
Yeah, Pepe doesn't want to lose soldiers. Pepe who doesn't want to lose soldiers. Volunteer.
Listen, Sydney died, and they were very quick to say that they were responsible for his death, whether it was true or not. So
prior wars, people like Pepe were patriotic. But I'm sorry to say, America in the Middle East doesn't have the best track record. Even though Donald Trump is a different type of president. So we don't know how this is all going to play the fuck out. But they don't have the best track record in the Middle East. And during that time, Israel didn't really build a really good reputation with the West. So what do you want me to tell you, Brett? Do you want me to lie to you? You're a grown man. You know the facts, what's happening. It's sad. It's happening.
What's sad is you guys want to wait, and you were the first to say it the other day.
I never said I want to wait. I would bomb them. I would support bombing.
Well, I don't have Pepe.
Because I always say, you're leading a war for your children, right?
Exactly.
That's what I say. Because if you're a normal fucking person, you would make sure children of the next generation of your children would live a fucking safe and peaceful place.
Exactly.
Instead of sending them into this fucking war.
Yeah, but I don't understand this argument, Rafi. I don't understand this argument.
But this is how they're indoctrinated. It's not understanding. You said you saw stupid people, Brett. You just said you saw stupid people.
I haven't just seen them. I've met them, man. I used to be a tour guide.
You met stupid people. So why do you expect to explain something with rationale And I got it.
But Pepe's not stupid, and he's sitting in this room time after time. We don't want to. One second.
I'm not indoctrinated. I'm not indoctrinated on either side.
Pepe, I have to say, you sit in here every single day. We don't want to sacrifice American Jews for Israel. We don't want to sacrifice American soldiers. What the fuck are you talking about, man? What do you expect to do? Sit on their bases every day getting paid their forge to do nothing? They join because they want to fight for righteous causes. This is a righteous cause, Pepe. A country that wants to annihilate you. If they had the opportunity to do it, they would. And we want to go in and stop that from happening. It doesn't make any sense to me what you're saying, Pepe. We don't want to lose American soldiers. Like, what the fuck are you talking
Especially
about?
since so many people were against, the war that was started after 9/11 and the soldiers that were deployed, you would think that people would think twice before actually joining the army again.
Exactly. Why do they want to join the army?
It's not that. As I said, I'm sorry to say to my American friends now that they need something like an October 7 or 9/11 to reunite.
No, they
Americans
don't.
again.
No, they need to wise the fuck up. They need to smarten the fuck up.
Last time America was reunited was after 9/11. After 9/11, everybody was fucking united.
So fine.
Was fucking united.
Do it your way.
Same thing what happened with October 7th. Look how fucking divided we were after October 7th. We weren't more
So
united
instead
than
of
ever
having a
before.
never again mindset, people are gonna have a mindset of like, oh, let's have a reminder.
That's what I said.
please.
People forget. I just said
Please,
people
let's
forget.
get reminded again.
Yeah,
And
do
have
your way. Do your way,
thousands
Rafi.
of people die
It's not do it my way. This is the only way
in
you
order
teach
to
some
take
people.
action.
No, but Pepe's arguing for your way, Rafi.
But Brett, so hold on. There's a saying: learn from other people's mistakes, or you can learn from your own mistakes. They will only learn from their own mistake. I'm sorry to say, but that's how it is right now.
Okay, so Pepe doesn't want to sacrifice. Pepe doesn't want to sacrifice soldiers. He's happy to sacrifice innocent people.
He's gonna want to sacrifice soldiers when something happens to him. That's when he's gonna want to sacrifice soldiers.
Absolutely retarded. No offense, Pepe. Absolutely fucking retarded, and you haven't learned anything from history.
And it's not no offense, it is all the offense.
Well, like,
No, the problem is though is that we are not going to fight for the state of Israel. Like that's.
Oh my God, man!
The security of your country is up to you guys, not us.
Pepe, stay on your computer on Clubhouse very comfortably. Nobody's asking you to go fight any wars.
Oh, you're asking for Americans to do it. That's what you're doing. And the answer is
You're
no.
intelligent, Pepe, but honestly, you're an ignoramus, man.
Welcome to
Absolute
stage, Maddie.
ignoramus.
I just want to say something to Maddie, please. Maddie June, do not engage with Americans or Westerners ever again about this. The reason I'm saying this is because the ignorance and the arrogance that they are untouchable will get them in the end, and
Exactly.
I am done with them. Let them fix the ignorance and arrogance consequences.
Don't say Westerners, Glow. I'm one of them.
Anytime ever again.
But
I'm a fucking Westerner.
honestly, I don't understand one thing. I
Not
don't
you,
understand
Reggie,
one
not
thing.
you guys. I mean, you know what.
I don't know why some Americans that are against this war.
Because they lack wisdom. They
No,
lack
no,
wisdom.
it's okay. No. Let me ask my question. I understand they might have any opinion about this war, but why are they angry at Iranians and Israelis for that? That is your president that is deciding about this war, and this is the one that you voted for. Okay, you voted for your president.
Because when we voted for him, he said no new wars in the Middle East.
Yeah, I understand.
No new unjust
Now that
wars. No new unjust wars.
Now that president is in office, and has decided to do that, and you have, the process, how to do it and how to react, okay? This is your country that is deciding. Why are you trying to make it about us? Like, if we said that we want the war, Donald Trump changed his idea and started attacking Iran? Is it like this?
I changed the title of the room.
You don't understand.
Why do you think it is about us? Why do you think it is about what we think?
It's not about you. Pepe looking for someone to point the finger on.
The Jews, the Jews.
It's the Jews, it's the Iranians, it's everything beside himself.
It's also Santa Claus.
Because he's fucking loser piece of shit.
That's irrelevant. irrelevant, Shooky. That's irrelevant.
Totally irrelevant, Ben.
No, it's not, because we're talking about war and who our country sends. It has nothing to do with me personally.
Can you Pepe, not interrupt?
So Shooky, stop directly attacking people. Speak normal fuck to people.
Shooky was being nice, Rafi. He was being nice.
The way that I want. You don't like it? Fucking kick me out.
No, sit on my cactus.
You still a child next to me. You still a child next to me.
Sit on my cactus.
You still a child and don't teach me how to talk.
I'll teach you how to fucking talk because you.
No, you're not.
Rafi,
No, you're not. You can kick me out.
I'm not gonna.
No, no one's kicking you out. No one's kicking you out.
And don't tell me how to talk.
Normally.
Rafi also realized, okay, that he grew up in the country. His kids serve in the army.
That's why I said put the Jew card away.
No,
It's
stop.
not a Jew card. What are you
Just
saying?
fucking talking. You're fucking talking about.
You don't believe in your Judaism. This is your fucking problem.
Buttercup is infiltrated, Rafi.
Hold on.
Buttercup is infiltrated.
I'm not an American. Yes, Mary, you can. 1 second, give me a second. Again, as I said, I'm 100% for this fucking war. I'm 100% for this war fucking yesterday, and I'm
Yeah, but don't control people and how they talk, though,
But I
Rafi.
don't know, but people are again getting emotional. And I'm explaining that the
And we have all the right to be emotional. They raped our sisters and our daughters, and they killed
Rafi, the same way.
Listen to Shooky.
We have all the right to fucking be emotional.
Rafi, the same way, okay, the Iranians are emotional about their people. We are as well. And that's why we relate to them. But don't control people and their emotions. You cannot. You cannot, Rafi, because you cannot relate. You fucking grew up in Canada.
Sounding whiny. Oh, now we.
Rafi, you spend too much time with Buttercup, Rafi. I feel like you spend too much time with
You
Buttercup.
guys, honestly, I listen to you guys when you guys are all together in your fucking echo chambers.
This is not about echo chamber, Rafi. You keep saying Juka, Juka.
This is literally an echo chamber.
Yeah, it's an
If it was an echo chamber, Pepe,
Yeah,
you
because
wouldn't be
it's
in
not
here.
your narrative and you're not happy with it. That's
because
why.
again, we're speaking on Americans. An American is not a Jew. An American has nothing to do with Israel or Iran.
Before Americans, I'm sorry, and anywhere in the diaspora, we are Jews, Rafi. At the fucking end of the day, it doesn't matter where the fuck you live.
Oh, guys, you have to fight the war. You want me to go sound like this?
It doesn't matter where you live, Rafi. At the end of the day,
I'm not gonna go as a Jew fight a fucking war for fucking again. I'm not down for us to lose fucking people for the Druze, for example. I'm not down. If we have Israeli soldiers for the
In Vietnam, it was Jews that fought for America.
Rafi, we fight for everybody.
Every war, Israelis was there. Jews was there.
Okay, never mind that. Every single fucking natural disaster that happens in the... Sorry.
Opinion or not? I've been waiting, I'm sorry. I just wanted to share my 2 cents as an Iranian and currently not the emotional one because I had given all my emotions away. I have finished it, I need therapy. So I'm just going to talk kind of hardcore, like, I don't know, hardcore facts. Is that you Americans, like, I understand you have different agendas. Like, you have strategic people working in higher places that are smart, and when they usually dive into a plan, they have different agendas. They try to reach different checkpoints. So your presence in Middle East is not just for Israel, it's also for your own agendas. And you can see it from how, from the ceasefire, like how Trump stopped the war. Iranians were not happy, Israelis were not. You can see a lot of people were killed in all different places in Middle East, in Iraq, in Israel, in Palestine side, which doesn't exist, but I'm not getting into that shit. And also in Iran, who were executed. But you don't give a shit about that, so I'm not getting to that. You are here for the deal. Even now, Trump is fucking them in the ass. He expects something in return, something financial, some incentives. So you guys are not really here to play hero. And by the way, none of you have military power. I mean, some of your family members can be in military, but you're not high decision makers. So you cannot stop your president that much. The Congress couldn't, and Trump made sure of that, which was very smart of him. They have no saying in the ceasefire or in the war, and it was a very smart move from Trump's side. Yeah, neither do you. You don't have any power. Yeah, but play like you're here for being, like, I don't know, for a reason of being a hero. You're here to, like Ukraine, you got half of the mining rights, so I guess you expect something in return. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant, Mary. If America is involved in this war, it's because Donald Trump believes that it's for America's benefit.
He sees a
Okay?
benefit in it.
Yeah, he sees there is some benefits for America. So if it's true, if it's false, it's Donald Trump's decision, which is your president. So if you're mad, you should be mad at Donald Trump. If you disagree, you should disagree with Donald Trump.
Yeah, but
It has nothing to do with us.
I agree with you, but when you...
Guys, stop. Everybody stop. Who removed KK just now?
It was me.
Why did you remove KK?
You could remove me as
But
well.
why did you remove her?
Because she's retarded.
What is she retarded of? What is KK retarded of? Like, what did she do retarded? Seriously, like, what the fuck?
Okay, you could remove me, Rafi. You're honestly, you like literally just lost your mind on it. You lost your mind.
Just talk about it back channel, guys. Talk about it behind the scenes.
What did
Come
she
up with
do?
It's the KK that's Asian?
KK, yeah.
KK with the big boobs. That's the one that Rafi.
She literally lost her fucking, like, the fucking nerve of you, bitch. She literally lost her fucking husband in war. She's a goddamn gold star widow.
Okay, I didn't know Pepe.
Okay, no, but just the amount of disrespect is a fucking mod.
Holy
okay,
shit. Like, this is what I mean. This is an echo chamber that you're trying to silence people, guys. This is the
Pepe, I didn't fucking know.
You don't mind if I answer from a Trump voter's position?
Go for it, Joe. It's all you.
Thank you for having me on your stage. I don't come on many other stages than the president's room. Look, I mean, realistically, voters voted for Trump because of a strong domesticity that would benefit us, the voters that have lived and advocated for Donald all these years. Yes, we prioritize the things in our life more than the world. It is what it is. I mean, you can't blame us for it, right? We just happen to be in this country, and we advocated for Trump for many, 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 many years. Many of us go back to 2016. We've had to have a lot of fallout between our family, and I realize y'all go through a lot of struggles too. And you know, your positions are related to what benefits you in your life with Donald Trump. But you can't blame us when we advocate for a strong domestic policy. And that's largely why the war's not popular. And it approval isn't in at the bottom or anything like that. It's just kind of mediocre. No, it's not. It's like around 40%. That's pretty mediocre for Republican presidents. And it's not hard to get to 40%. That's kind of the base, all right? So he hasn't lost the base yet. What he did lose was he lost crossover voters. He lost a lot of Hispanic voters. And a lot of that stuff has to do with domestic policy. It doesn't even have to, with the Iran war. The Epstein flub with the rollout and the messaging, that was a big flub. So all these things added up together. It's not, the Iran war is definitely not at the top of our agenda, but keep in mind how they sold this to us from an American voter's perspective. Look, in and out in 2 weeks. He with the bombing last year, he stayed afloat. He was still above water. But once this has dragged on, you hear the complaints. How many times does he have to say the words over? But I get it. I'm realistic with it, and I'm a politico. And look, I poll red no matter what. I'm going to support Donald Trump. It'd take a lot more than this for me to give up on him. Even though I'm a dub, I don't want wars. All right? Realistically, I don't want wars. I would hope the Middle East gets their shit together and starts policing themselves. But if you want to know what the agenda is really about, it's about saving the petrodollar. Because if we lose the petrodollar, what we here in America we know of our life will change significantly, and maybe across the entire world. The global economy, like it or not, is because of the American Navy. We're the ones that have largely defended all the trading routes. So it's really important for the whole world, as we know it, that America stays strong. And that's kind of, look, I get it where y'all are coming from. I'm sorry if y'all have any animosity that we don't have the same.
Why do people keep saying that? Listen, we know America is here for their own benefits. Okay, we know damn well, you know damn well, we all know, we're not stupid. And we know that, exactly, and that the Americans voted for this as well. We know that too. Okay, Americans voted for this. Okay, and so they're here for their own benefit, and that's that. Don't be sorry for us. Stop addressing us, please, as if. Just don't.
Like we're stupid.
Okay, cool. I mean, I'm not talking to you like you're stupid. Then why are you surprised about many Americans not supporting the war?
No, we're not saying no.
Guys,
Mary just said exactly what you said.
1 second, I need to interrupt the room. Guys, I need to interrupt the room. I'm going to be opening up another room, and we're going to have to migrate, guys, because I want some people to return. But yeah, guys, we're going to open up another room for us. Pepe's going to jump in and post it on the Jumbotron. Just migrate there, and it's going to be a sick conversation. Give me a second.
I'm just saying that Mary said the same thing as you, Joe. She said the same thing.
Cool. I mean, should I not have spoke then?
No, I just mean people.
I respect what Joe just said, Glow. I don't know why you got defensive. I respect what Joe just said.
People being sorry for us. You don't need to be sorry for us. Just don't.
Well, we need to be sympathetic to the cause, Glow. It's not about being sorry.
What Glow meant was condescending. Like, we understand we have one of the highest IQs in the world, but the IQ doesn't count because we have different types of intelligence. But what she meant is that we understand because we have been fucked over by USA before under a different party, which was Democratic Party. They always fuck everything up in the Middle East. So that's why we were kind of happy that Trump got here. And he made one little mistake, and that was giving a chance to the mullahs. Like, he was saying that he was testing them, but dealing with them actually, like, I understand that he wants Arabs business because a lot of Arabic countries started buying weapons from you. He got $19.1 billion deal with Qatar over buying a foreign direct investment, FDI. So I understand that this war can be kind of like a showcase of weapons for Arabs to buy new shit. But at the same time, we understand all of this. We have to, because our existence depends on it. Israeli people's existence depends on it. So we understand that. And yeah, I think that's what Glow meant. And what Joe was saying that it actually makes sense, and it was very similar. Like, it resonated with me, and I understand. But I think the mistake with America is that they are staying too long in the Middle East. That was your first mistake with Afghanistan and Iraq. And I think average Americans agree on that you have stayed too long. And you should have finished the job way sooner. I understand that these fucking mullahs are fanatics and it's very hard to do so, but I think you should never make a deal with them, even if it gives you Arab business or something.
I'll tell you what, guys. Okay, so the link, I'll give you guys a few seconds. The link above on top of the new room. And for those of you that are in here, like KK, especially, it's for me, KK. She paid me off to sacrifice. She's been raising her children. That she had that man.
factors are okay. America, see how the population is. There are a lot of Jewish Israelis that live in America.
We don't want you, Rafi. We don't want you.
And they can see what's happening in the country. It's not like they're hiding it.
But America is not willing to hide it.
Oh, really? It's not? Which country do you live in?
People don't talk to their family members on the phone.
He's trolling. He was a trolling comment. I'm not trolling, to be honest. It's not America's not divided.
America's not divided. It has always been. It's the democracy that they have that allows different parties to
No, democracy is I'm sorry to say.
And then you guys the size of the country.
Democracy is the most beautiful thing. But the problem is, it's the weakness. This is the weakness that America has.
No, exactly.
Let me tell you why it feels divided. Let me tell you why it feels divided. It feels divided because the people that comes from the outside, the immigrants, right? They come out here and make friends with the white people. And the white people some of them are nice. So they don't want to say, oh, I don't like your country, I don't care about your country, so they go with it. You know what I'm saying? That's why it feels divided.
Are you Eritrean? Are you from Eritrea?
Yes, I am Eritrean.
Are you a Jewish Eritrean or a Christian?
I'm a Christian Eritrean. Orthodox.
Yeah, I have so many Eritrean friends, a lot of them are Jewish and they're very nice people.
Yeah, there was some.
Hold on. So Malcolm, it doesn't matter that there's immigrants that are coming into your country and your neighbor is afraid to say like came from this and that and they want to be politically correct. That's something bad. But Americans are dividing our politics. Other countries should be around. Americans are willing to cut their fucking veins once Donald Trump won because they thought the world was coming to a fucking end.
That's the beauty of democracy. That's the beauty of democracy that they have always had.
Americans aren't talking to family members. There's people that are talking to their mother or father because they voted for
this. Is the same thing in Iran. Many people, for example, are let me finish.
Democracy is the weakness.
Rafi, what you say, people don't talk to each other. This is the same thing that happens in Iran. I know families, for example, half of the family are with the regime, half are not with the regime. You know what I mean? So they're against the regime. So that's something normal in every society. Many people in Russia don't support Putin. Okay.
So I'm not saying everything is perfect. Listen, that's why listen, as many fucking assholes there are as many opinions. But it's not as bad. Everybody has an opinion.
It's a weakness. I think that's dangerous what you're saying, Rafi.
But it is dangerous, but it's not dangerous. Because allow that freedom to people that got taught, because right now this generation that's been being raised for the past 10 years has been getting indoctrinated in colleges and high schools with teachers being one-sided and pushing a one-sided narrative. Are the next generation going to be woke? The baby boomers are the baby boomers are the majority population, if I'm not mistaken, that are going to stop woke. And these ones are the ones that are going to be counted. And they can destroy America within, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, but remember that anytime an American grows up, he gets any type of money, they switch parties. So, like, I hear people that at the same point in time, they all start out as liberal like college.
So you want to say only poor people are fucking liberal?
I'm telling you, they are the ones that stay liberal.
Yes.
And that's why they killed Charlie Kirk, because they wanted to stop younger people.
But the question is, what's the majority middle class?
So what happens is in high school and college, I can even speak from personal experience as an American, you get this like gung-ho sense of like righteousness where we need to go out and like make this world better for this and like it's all pretense. And then anytime you end up really need to make money in this life as an adult, like when you're in your early 30s, mid-30s, you switch parties because you look at the taxation that's really going on in that family.
It's not about money, Bliss. It's not about money, Bliss. It's not just about money, Bliss.
No, I'm saying a big portion of us do, really do. That's really what happens. It's a big part of it.
Of course, I agree with you. Listen,
I'm speaking from experience. I was a bleeding heart.
we
streets.
I got tear gassed, and then I stood up for all these rights.
That's the good thing.
And I protest, and then then I became an adult and actually had a decent job, and that was it.
Winston Churchill saying that goes, if you're young and conservative, you have no heart. If you're old and liberal, you have no brain. This concept has been around for a long time, though it's kind of simplified. Look, you got duped when you're younger. I've been voting Republican and I'm conservative all of my life. But you can call me a cold-hearted Republican, but I just didn't fall for the lies. However, what they've done, and they've done this in our country before, is to replace the liberal voters. Because yes, it is pretty natural for when people are younger, they vote Democrat or left, and then as they get older, they start to vote more conservative because they want to hold on to the life they grew up in. That's really what it's all about. But then they start to replace that. They start bringing in mass immigration, and I think that's what's going on in a lot of these other countries.
Yeah, that's what's happening all over the West. Look at Europe, the whole Europe brought in massive migration. Look at Canada. It's another division of Europe, just partnered with America. They're bringing fucking 1 million immigrants a year for the past fucking, I don't know how long, for the past 5 to 7 years since fucking Trudeau took office. And we had the Liberal Party.
So that's why if you're American, you shouldn't listen to immigrant telling you you're divided because he's the one that's really trying to divide you.
Why would
Some of us are immigrants.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about general.
Some of us are immigrants.
So immigrants don't divide you. So the problem is, it's the people themselves, because you choose as American people to bend the knee and to let them, and you choose not to allow the immigrant to assimilate into your culture. You say, you know what, we should learn about other people's cultures. We start to assimilate into their culture.
Yeah,
That is an American weakness. That is an American weakness. But you assimilate into their culture when they come into your homeland. They have to, like when we came, when we migrated, we had to assimilate. We didn't push the narratives. I want Russian food schools. I want fucking this, that. No, we work hard. We learn the language. We open up our business. We pay taxes. We assimilate. But now what we see is that the people are coming into the country. They're forcing the population to basically make them feel comfortable and saying that we have to now assimilate to them.
KFC becoming halal. KFC becoming halal in Australia, for example.
Forget about KFC. They made Wendy's halal, which the main burgers, the fucking baconator, the cross-contamination, I don't understand.
Everything you say, is right, okay? Everything you said, this part is right. But let me tell you this, the system that exists in America is self-healing, self-correcting. That's what I like about America. So even if such issues occur, it will correct itself. Or that's
Alhamdulillah, inshallah.
Think about this topic. I want you to go on YouTube right now. It's about a 20 to 30-minute documentary. It's a scary fucking documentary. Joe, this documentary, I think, was made in the 1980s. Okay, so this documentary was made 40-something years ago. Joe, sorry, you want?
Just confirming. Yeah, it was in the 1980s. It's well worth watching. Yuri Bizmenov. I actually saw it on the internet 15 years ago.
Can you write it in the chat? Ruffy, can you write it in the chat?
He said this is a KGB agent, and how he said Russia's gonna fuck America. This is what's happening today in America.
I think I've seen it before.
How it's only generational, and they're actually succeeding of fucking America. And I don't know how they're gonna fix it.
Write it in the chat, Ruffy. Can you write it in the chat?
I think I've seen it, but I don't think if the KGB was that much powerful in doing so. Okay, I have reasons to say
It's not how.
But anyways,
I don't know. Tell people that they succeeded in this.
No, I don't think if they succeeded. No, I don't think.
No, subversion is one of his main topics is subversion. Yes, the communists have subverted America. That's why we have a Mamdani just elected the rest of them.
It's just in one state. First of all, it's just in one state. Second,
the state that we're in 11 has happened.
Yeah, but
other states are doing nothing. Michigan's gonna do nothing. What's happening quietly in Michigan when they're trying
So
to...
you want to say that's okay?
Again, this is not an overnight thing. This was said 40 years ago.
I know.
It's day by day. When they don't take the whole time.
Yeah, but the same shit is happening in Europe, okay? So the same thing is happening in Europe, even worse. So do you want to say, so let me ask you want to say the KGB have plans for war in Europe and America? I don't think so.
Yes, because the whole European countries had plans against Russia when they divided Russia. When they basically the West made Russia break apart. And Russia is now made for this shit. The KGB, I'm sorry to say, it's working for you. Watch it.
Nobody made Russia. Why do you think that way? Why are you so delusional? Nobody made Russia that way. Sorry, USSR collapsed. Sorry, let me finish. USSR collapsed only because it didn't work. Nobody wanted to collapse. Why your mindset is always strong?
Unfortunately, there's a long-lasting effects. Like you mentioned Europe, so I think one of the most famous countries that has experienced like capitalism, social capitalism, and communism is Germany. If you go to Eastern Berlin, like East Berlin they call it, it's still so different from Western part of it. Like Soviets and KGB and whatever the fuck they have done, they have had lasting like effects, and they also have had lasting effects in Iran because a lot of doctrines that these fucking Iran just adapted the government, it was from KGB, so it was exported to other countries and it has fucked over Iran, and it has also inspired what we call Maoism in China. Like it started with Leninism and everything, but then it went to like China and became Maoism, and now even China is more getting stronger than Russia. Yesterday I read an article about how China is trying to assimilate certain communities in Russia because Russia is becoming weaker, so they're kind of taking this opportunity to invade like Russia from within. So we have to be worried about like not just KGB, but what it represents and what the ideology creates these kind of doctrines and organizations. And I think the most important part is how they are inspiring other fuckers. Like how they inspire like Cuba. And Cuba has been fucked over. It used to be very nice, but it has fucked over Cuba, it has fucked over like China, Iran, and all still Eastern Berlin. So I think that is what Graffianlis have experienced in Soviet.
Yeah, but I have to emphasize one thing. I don't believe in theory of conspiracy. I do think, of course, I do accept that countries try to plan for other countries. Yes, they make some plans. But I don't think if a country gets fucked over because of another country, okay?
It's not a conspiracy, so Russia's actually really clever with what they decided to do. So they started with sleeper cells, and they would actually have families and agents that would move to other countries and have their kids there. And their kids would be looked at as intelligence assets who don't understand. It's like generational, and it's something that they prided themselves in because they're military candidates and they can change the movement when there were feeble minds. Like if you get a hold of the youth between the ages of 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, and you influence them, and we're seeing what she's saying about China being a bigger ruler. Look at Asian influence in America. Look at all the kids eating fucking ramen, and it looks like a simple thing. Like, oh, it's just ramen, but it's really not because it goes further than that with the anime and some of the characters and deeper than that. And it's part of that intelligence that plays the long game. So if you really want to take down a country from the inside out, you take mass intelligence.
So it's a good thing Trump wants immigrants not to come in, right?
I mean, I don't.
But you can't do it wrong because
Whatever. I understand that they can integrate it, but I'm just saying like it starts with simple things and like it builds off of that, and then there's other parts of that that are used as part of intelligence. I'm not saying that sharing cultural things like some people are like negative. I'm just saying it's something that's built off of a very small thing that becomes something.
So guys, I put in the hold on 1 second. I put in the chat, Brett, there, Yuri, guys, copy that link, go to your YouTube, and just watch what my brother says. It's very scary because it's actually happening again. How he says how it's going to take generations, and this is what my show you all what this person said in the 80s is exactly what's happening.
If I watch it, and find someone who has a counter argument to that, will you watch or no? Because you're 100% okay. That's fine.
Can I expand on it? I want to expand on it. Yeah, so subversion happened a decade ago, and then it gets into some of the elites, especially in our Ivy League schools. However, what has happened more recently over the last 20 years, 30 years, is this affinity now, and this idea of one party. What's happening in California is we have one party rule. The California Democrats want to spread that all across the country. Ultimately, that's the Democrats' agenda. They have been bringing in this immigration largely because they want to create an underclass. And it's the Red-Green Alliance. So it's the alliance between communists that mask themselves as the Democrat socialists or as Democrats, and then also with the Muslims and the idea that they can merge these two together, be able to have enough influence and power to take power.
Well, that's exactly what's happened. That's exactly what's happened. But
this was this was said by a KGB agent in the 80s. He deflected from Russia, and he went on an interview in the 80s, and he said this. And everything you're hearing right now with all the money colleges, this was said in the 80s, and what we listen.
Okay, isn't it interesting?
I'm going to watch it now, Rafi. I'll see you later.
Let me ask you, Rafi, please. Isn't it interesting that KGB is so strong that plans everything? One agent frees the country. They don't know about it, and he comes and he does an interview and he says all of these plans. Isn't it interesting?
Yes, and all these plans that he said are happening in 2026.
Okay, let me tell you what this means. Okay, I will watch. Okay, I will watch.
Listen, I don't believe in leprechauns. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know how a person does something in the 80s. Almost
okay, cool. I will watch it. Let me tell you.
We're the timeline, and we're living it right now. You know, okay, possible.
Many of these. Let me say this, please.
It's not something. This is not something that we have experienced firsthand.
Yeah, but I wanted to actually build on that. I think Mary said it. So we have many people in our country saying that the 1979 revolution was planned, it was Jimmy Carter, it was Guadalupe discussion. It was not like that. I don't believe in theory of conspiracy at all. I think, of course, people take advantage. It's just like, imagine you have a problem with your wife and you go to a lawyer. The lawyer will take advantage of you, but the problems were not created by the lawyer. Okay? The lawyer will take as much money as possible. So outsiders will take advantage, but it's not like you think somebody has a plan.
It's not a conspiracy. It is political strategy, and it happens just gradually and naturally. Because information is from a certain political group. It's not a conspiracy.
Well, I just want to say that you mentioned the creation of Islamic Republic or 1979. I was actually referring to the intelligence service, like the methods of interrogation and how they torture people. And this is actually based on a book, and there were a lot of people defecting, like from what he called the KGB, and Putin himself. He actually sold out a lot of his higher beings, and that's how he survived it. It was actually in I'm not getting into that, but you have to read history, you have to read certain books. I'm not like these leftists that tell you to read books or something, but when you get your facts together, historical facts together, it's not conspiracy theory. I'm not about delusion. I basically talked about intelligence, about the system that they use, and it has been used in a lot of countries. I'm not talking about issue. It's not about the political organization or system. It's not about saying Iran has theocracy, or China has Maoism and it's not communism, it's Maoism, or Russia has Leninism. It's about the system. The countries cannot run on few. They need certain system. They need population control if they have that ideology in their belief system. And KGB basically came up with a lot of these things, and that has unfortunately inspired a lot one of these, I would say, dictatorships all around the world, Cuba, China, IRGC, everywhere. And that was what I was referring to. So, yeah.
Thank you.
One of the reasons that our brain resorts to theories of conspiracy is because our brain is not meant for difficult tasks. Theory of conspiracy is exactly like religion. Religion gives you the simplest answers. Why are we here? God wants us to be here. Who has created us? God has created us. Who did 9/11? It was inside job. Why? Because if you want to, go and find the real answer, your brain has to put a lot of energy. You have to read a lot. But with one simple answer, it was an inside job. That's it. So I have the answer. Okay, who did the 1979 revolution? God knows. You see, that's very simple. I don't accept that. I know that KGB was very strong at that time in their own country, but I don't think if they plan everything for the world, if they could plan anything, Russia wouldn't be here at this stage using a war, you know. I don't think if they could plan, even save the Soviet Union. Come on, guy.
I'm sorry, I have a question for Korea. Korea, did you hear a single thing I said, or were you waiting for me to stop talking so you could start talking?
I didn't actually try to respond to what you said. I just mentioned, quoted what you said about 19 revolution.
Oh, so I thought that you didn't hear a single thing I said. I'm so relieved that you didn't respond to me.
Yeah, it was not directed to you, but anyways, I'm not a fan of theory of conspiracy.
So, again, it's not a conspiracy. It's kind of weird when you say 10 things or 15 things in 40-something years to warn the population this is what's going to happen. And 40 years down the line, when it says it's going to take generations, and this is happening, or you're not scary that some guy randomly came and said everything is what he said it's going to happen is happening. That's what's scary. It's not a conspiracy. Because now we're experiencing it with our own eyes. Before when he said it, we could say it's a conspiracy. Oh, he's talking nonsense. But when it's unraveling in front of your eyes, it's a conspiracy. What's being said?
What's interesting to me, Rafi, what's interesting to me is to most Russians that I talk to, or countries that are close to Russia, they think exactly the same thing. I mean, the theory of conspiracy among them is so strong. You know, that somebody, I'm telling you, if KGB was so strong, it would prevent the Soviet Union from collapsing.
It's again, he explains, because again, this is a different number of a Cold War doesn't mean it's a war. It was a war of words, right? But it was counted as a war. A war, it was not really a war. It was the war of words. But they still classified it as a war. So same thing with this again. This was that type of war that divided Russia, that broke up Russia just using words. Same thing like what Donald Trump is trying to do with Iran. The art of the deal, for example, and he's trying to play this with them without going into wars and fuck them with like just with really ugly things that they're telling people. So that kind of thing. So this, what I'm saying is scary, that this was predicted 40-something years ago, and everything that gentleman said is happening.
Nostradamus has much more better predictions if you're looking for into this stuff.
Rafi, he's not going to believe you. He's just there in a one-way ticket. He just wants someone else to knowledge. So don't waste your time and get to the thinking of wasting time.
That's not wasting time. It's like you want to watch the video. It's an interesting video. It's very educational. You don't become any stupider or something. You become smarter. The more you learn, the smarter you get. If he chooses to watch and educate himself, he can make the decision, oh, this is conspiracies, or oh shit, this actually is happening right now. Why is it happening? And why was this said 40-something years before this didn't happen? And this random guy came on a fucking TV show that had an interview and he says it's happening.
Rafi, there is a Chinese professor. There's a Chinese professor who has predicted a lot of stuff. Okay. And I'm not sure if you've heard about him. Let me find the name.
There's people that win the lottery.
No. I mean, the same thing that you're saying. But the same thing. The same guy that you said something like that, yeah.
Yeah, but he's also one of course, yes.
He's not even a professor. He's a teacher somewhere.
Yeah,
He's
teacher somewhere, yeah. But the biggest of them is Nostradamus. Come on, that's
Okay, so again, we respect Nostradamus. Come on,
really respect Nostradamus.
we don't respect him.
No, anyone can say anything. You can understand. You can mean his statements the way you want. Just random statements. I can say, for example, random statements, and everyone can understand whatever they want.
Again, this wasn't spoken in code, or this wasn't written like the fucking Torah or the Quran, where you have to fucking decipher. This person is speaking plain English. They're telling you with plain English what is gonna happen to America, what is the long term for the USSR and the KGB, how they're planning to infiltrate America. And everything when we said it is happening today in America. That's all it is, that's all I'm saying. He literally came on stage 20-something years ago when none of this was even to light. Nobody would even think this is true. Again, watch it and imagine hearing this in the fucking 80s when America was the proudest and like patriotic, proud, and if you hear this nonsense, to hear from a mouth of a person like that, from a KGB agent, and then you look back today, 2026, he was right in the 8 generations, and he guessed it. Somebody, he said 30 things, and fucking only 5 of them came true. He says a timeline. He literally goes by a timeline. He doesn't say anything extra. He didn't go to any extra interviews. He said he's known for his topic, and that's it. That's the only thing he's worth.
Is it possible, because the guy that was the interview is not at full, is it possible that he's influenced by the book not at full George Orwell, whether that actually read that book, because it's the same time, and he was actually talking about the same thing.
Not read it.
And he's talking about mass surveillance and censorship, like far control, Canada. That's what that's
But he doesn't talk about that. He doesn't really talk about that. I don't know, you watch it in your house.
1 hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, I know it's a little bit long. You can find like the main clips, like the main snippets of like infiltrating the US and everything, and just watch it how he describes it. You're gonna want to watch after the whole thing.
Many countries have tried to infiltrate the United States. It's still the greatest country on the planet. It's still a vast shelter for humanity.
Listen, when all the countries are going to shit, it's going to be the greatest out of all the shits, okay? Congratulations. But America was better at one point. America is not the greatest. They're not the greatest, but they were.
It is still the greatest. I absolutely oppose it.
Again, countries are going to shit. Europe was better back in the day. Europe got destroyed. Europe is getting sent back with the return now. Okay, so when you're looking at America, they're not getting greater. They're still great, but they're still declining on their greatness. Because America could be a lot more greater. I'm sorry to say. So don't tell me they're the greater. Yeah, sorry, they are the greatest. But they're declining with the rest of the world.
Well, this is something that regimes like Russia or IRGC has been saying, telling us since 50, 80 years ago that America is declining, America is the greatest country on the planet.
Okay, again,
25 years, given the fact that this added up, the actual debt, we're talking about $45 trillion. So meaning that the US have to cut down on the defense budget or make it. There's no other way around. But this is a fact. In the 90s and 80s, the actual national debt was less than $5 trillion. The $40 trillion is a ticking bomb. I mean, it's not about Russia, it's not about China. It's an economic problem. And it's going to not explode. I mean, this is a serious matter.
China's collapsing from within. Sorry, at the same time that I disagree with Korea, I'd rather die than being on the same side with you, okay? And keep the propaganda of Islamic Republic for yourself.
Listen, that's what you're saying. You're just trying to steer from there. It's all bullshit. Trust me. America's not going to be comfortable. That's one thing I promise. That's a promise.
You know, I understand. That's one person.
Especially like in the...
It's not empowering some countries to choose to debt.
Even with countries making sure to keep the tax on all of them.
Yeah, but there's $40 trillion of debt generation. Who's going to pay for it? Doesn't matter.
The United States is keeping on top of their business, and they know the threats, and they're working on it constantly, and that is what they should be doing.
Yeah, but it's not feasible. You understand? You have to pay the interest on top of this $40 trillion. I mean, no one's going to pay the interest. Let's get this straight. No one's going to pay that it at all. We're talking about the interest that the US has to pay. This is $1 trillion per year, and it's going to go up and up and up. And this is a serious matter. I mean, people are. That's why a lot of countries stop. This is the same country. This is the same country that has had the greatest depressions economically in 1930s and in 2008 and survived all of them. The system's great. It's going to be even greater.
It had a pretty, again, for a country like the US in 2008, it was pretty bad. The housing market was bad.
It was bad at that, but it survived.
It survived. All countries survived.
You guys know how many countries are in debt to America?
Yeah, like
exactly.
Or, yeah.
It's less than $4 trillion to the rest is actual, the company side of the US. Less than $4 trillion in foreign debts. But that was $4 trillion. Japan and Canada and the other countries. China started reducing its debt. So it used to be $1 trillion, that's almost 600 billion. So this is a serious matter. I mean, this debt issue is a typical problem.
Sorry, are you Iranian or others were saying you were pretending to be Iranian?
No, I'm not Iranian. Yeah, I'm from Islamic Republic of Iran. Rafi, the way you talk, it's as though I'm hearing the same narrative the IRGC has, but like nothing.
So continue,
yeah, I said the way you talk, I mean, the narrative you try to push, I feel like it's the same IRGC narrative.
Sure, what narrative that I push and what did I say?
Anti-Americanism, I'm trying to say America's weak and stuff like that.
What do I say? What do I say? I'm just pointing out what's happening in America today.
The IRGC points out also the same thing. That's what I'm saying.
What you said was, you said it's divided, but it's not divided.
Exactly.
Again, Americans are divided by politics. Like never before.
They have always had two parties. They have always had two parties.
They can have 10 parties, but there were never fucking moments where people didn't speak to their own parents due to the elected president.
Well, that's them. That's very stupid.
But that just shows that either Americans are getting dumber.
Let me tell you this: if someone is stupid, he's gonna ignore his mom or his dad for politics, or they're gonna go at him for politics. But if they're a family,
but when it comes to so no, I'm not interrupting you as a moderator. But just between us, you're an American, right? You live in America. Correct.
Yes.
American,
Yes.
Yes. No, don't even on my phone. Back and forth. What's it called? I wanted to ask. How old? Can I ask you? Are you like in your mid-30s?
I'm in my 20s.
You're in your early 20s, so you don't really remember. Again, I'm not that old myself. I'm in my mid-30s. Old mid-30s. I remember America. I just proud fucking America. want to be American. So anyways, America was never divided. George W. Bush won. I didn't hear people crying. I didn't hear people not talking to people. Obama, division started to happen. I think under Obama, that's when all the division started to happen. After him, he just started to go to shit. When Trump won, people were fucking suicidal.